that this society that we are creating for our modern day is created based on our livelihood and the way we relate, and not based on some archaic political ideas or ideologies. I think Ghana should be for Ghanaians and not some political elites. I know Ghana belongs to the children of Ghana, and yet we have no plans as a nation for the kids of Ghana. We still have kids going to school under very hazardous conditions, and yet we have political elites living like kings of Arabia in Ghana. We have kids being given birth to in labor wards without any beds. And yet, we have politicians living in our country, living like Arabian kings. This movement is here to straighten the social vehicle, the direction of the social vehicle. It's here to spark up the brains and spark up the blame that will bring the change that Ghana needs. Today, I'm about to tackle a very important issue going on. And just like yesterday I said, yesterday was the crossing break for me and the president of Ghana and the ruling party and their regime. And henceforth, whatever that story that comes up that got something to do with the president, that we're going to do it. So, I think we should go ahead, and I want us to look at this very important thing going on in my community. I think I had addressed this issue, but I think I have to stress on it. So the people, the municipal assembly or whatever, the district assembly, whatever, whoever is in charge of that school, the headmaster, the proprietor, whoever is in charge of that school, will see the seriousness of making sure that the kids of that school can study under a very conducive atmosphere and not build stores. So I'm about to show that video once again, and then we will take it from there. There's this story that the president of Ghana, President Mahama, has been in America. He's here now. He went to the United Nations for reparations for Black African Sahara, whatever trade. And I want us to share our ideas on it and talk about it today. We also dive into whatever is going on with Yemami Akusia Sewa. Obviously, we will dive into it. Amakom is my hood, and I will not sit down for this to go on. I'm a social activist. I'm fighting for the society. The absurdities in the society is what I'm fighting against. This is no political agenda. This is a social activism agenda. And this is Amakom School. I'm about to show you the school, and then we'll compare things. But in the meantime, let me take off a little thing. I'll be right back. I'm thirsty. All right, sorry about that interruption. I had to take care of my landlady. Anyway, just like I was saying, I'm here to ensure that the kids of Ghana know exactly what it is to taste a sweet part of the ornaments that have been deposited in the nation, under the soil of the nation. And kids cannot go to school under these conditions, and yet the district assembly or whoever is in charge does not care about how comfortable these kids are seated in acquiring knowledge. Do they even have an ICT center in the school? These kids know how to use a computer at this age? Now let's look at this Amakum school. And it's a little commentary on it, and I would like us to talk about it. I'm saying, make up of funny degree. Yeah, can you we are Kweku kristo shows on one man must think movement. Now, the apostle war, yeah, my Ghana muno, and none I yet you and yes to say, I dear be a apostle, achia biano, yet they are no basis on a na ya part ni tena man if we say we are see baby we are see abeduru ne baby we are see anything abeduru no eni say o man aye wo gold your bauxite your manganese your cocoa your bibia wo mining enkwara ti bi ko school na so mo kwotena si sua de na wo hwe condition enkwara ne di sua de o mo school wo abu ye meto wo no na afi ye wo my school obi so ye district chief executive so obi so ye MP na school na say no oba be twafa wan fa nye playground wan fa nye park ese wan fa nye ICT center wan fa nye any ultramodern library enkwara ne betimi akwa sua de na benefit Amakum community no wan fa nye astrotech be a grand betting ball. I hear sporting activities, no, not the community of Amakum is what benefiting. Or what they buy stores. What benefits? And stores now, what they buy no, and that benefit to community in the school, no. It's only a few people, no, my gange, ya buy naba, NDC for, ya buy naba, you be stores, no, near the amount of home for any of these be able to. Nobody is going to build any stores in Amakum. Now, I want to video now by the man.
School for one, who say one, I want in there, but Miss Remo, when I had the idea, of course, Amakum, MAGSS. School for one, School for one, who say one, I want in there, but they say about me, who say, Gedimia, Adji, and Nimu, Affair, sorry, at Baby Amija, Mitra Video, say, they say, your closest school, Colano, your closest woman, the sister also say, and there, and Nimu, of which, to me, and I know my people will support me. I deal with infrastructure, so say, I will say, this is toss. This is toss. Oh, one that you are one of Munya, no bypassing war, no, have the sisters. Now, the person who say, stores and I is in the first one as you do. Epinia, every stores now, ye babysino. At the expense of Koran, but you see, a Christian Koran, medicine, Tramago, yes, sisters, you are from back school more Korean Koranity. Sylvester, I must say, dear, I'm okay, mine, sorry. Miss Remo, Amakum, MAGSS. School for one, School for one, who said one, I want in there, but they say about me, German, who say, Gedimia, Adji, and Nimu, Affair, sorry, at Baby Amija,
okay, I'm saying video no come I'm out for reporting my TikTok already. 80 wait, Amakum. see, I could do a kuma. Okobo school, I'm a cum MAGSS. School the world. School the world, no. Instead, say, a school the world, buna. Ye baba to school no war na fe ya tente school more near CC classroom. Say yes, guy betting the stores there. But yes, guy betting the stores. But ye nisika betting the to school no war. SCC classroom to the extent say every quite basic any ultra modern and I say modern day library be a school no. And you see, this is the misplaced priorities I hear can I man frontier. And it starts from your judiciary system, from the top of the regime, no starting. Now, baby, sit down. The government of the day does not prioritize them. The government of the day does not prioritize Amakum from Quadano, Mukosu, Kusiano, send from Abeformo, send from Amfao. It is not the problem of the government of the day. And these matters are the reasons why Ghanaian youth should rise up in their numbers and make sure say certain things we bring it out there in this social media era and this promotion of the social media revolution. Because social media, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm trying to make some calls down there. So they make narrative to assemblyman and whoever is responsible for that project. And they say, how important is it? How important? Yes, sir. Your baby sisters, our school and the war. How important is it? It's a for I don't think it is appropriate. Say moment now I share. Say school ebi kura obi ma me ko and obi na na ko ya na obi ko ye. Ne bua instead say aban na na say aban nipa o hwe ho no. Ebe ba be to wo na ka wasa hwe school ni mu kura hu ne ma hia kwada no. Onye ne sa na emum. Onye ne sa why they say what the Bible sisters, which does not sit it doesn't sit well. These and some other social issues, and I was here pay attention to. Now our community on now you bring the attention of social media to it and we push on to it. It's here can no. Now you can say any day you sorry about be name mum said be your man Ghana Benyan in Kanko. Lemum said ye be ya and near maybe say ya any baby say etne na near my papa you know. Entering Koso, our society bit is Amakum, now will be an Shahan, Chamukoma, say the fire and Koran in the school. It's yes, Remo. Mamma, I imagine some of Babu sisters or en fact. Ye catch him, I'm a cum MAJSS, so I imagine say, instead of say school work, instead say school work, na kamuba go to school one more. Na semu we sika this is to much school the man say, on pray or library, or more recreational center, or more art center be, or more be or ultramodern, a band ties, or mama best school there be. I know the Anyamwa, and DC, and MCU, so why I was just one. Wakwa pesikana instead say, ya mobilize public taxes, ne public funds, amano. Say, and can offer making sure say community never benefiting from school no. School no one in Buya na Yamaniscano or take advantage of the lame people in the society or the lame people in the community. And now more, almost say, almost the Debiano, ya buying aba, ya buying a was war, it's the Abayan or Ghana so. Ghana so, the Amen who be and Yama be Briaman who pano. And they say, and you probably break me and Shahan if we say, and family home and Simon home. 88 minutes now, now Sukua wasn't quite else you had, your baby sister, I see. What sense does that make? School in any ultramodern ICT center. Over course, I'm a home school way, which of course, Memo be a call. Obi na nkwa so kura alcohol. Over school we no. Na nkwa no kwa ni baby a computer enter pra at this modern age. And nkwa ni bi okra, omu computer pra adan. Ashanti regional minister, art and culture whatever festival, that is very recreational. That is something I must recommend it. But I'm growing a doors over. I'm growing a doors from Bema. That thing you did with the colleges, or be a free school, maybe painting, is something I really appreciate from afar. Say, why are there? At least you are giving the kids the platform to exhibit their talent and also to believe in their talent. But the question is, how lucrative is it going to be after these exhibitions? How lucrative is their talent of painting going to be in the Ashanti region? Is there any form of marketing for these kids and their talents? Is there any form of education that is going to widen and broaden their minds to get to understand that the only way to survive with financial freedom is to commercialize your talent? Ashanti Regional Minister, I video where you have a way, a young person was agron a dozen, agrono, a dozen. Who initiatives, now innovations, however, Ashanti Regional, Jai TikTok content creating, never we innovations, no me do a dance here, man. Ya brother say, she said, I'm a home school, MA school, and Korako Suyandia, and then, and Korani school one, and Bushem Kunyadi or what's not so, 2026, Shem Kunya and Koratina school. And Kunya and Koratina school, 2026. And Konya and Koratina school, as we speak, 2026. Wait, Ashanti Regional Minister, I'm now with Ketche, and I'm now American, I would deny Isabua, no Japich, no equal workings. An American man must think movement, you must hear about the Diagro. Your mammy Diagro, your Kuma say, and I Ashanti Mamuti no Quadi, I would give you. It's why a social media commentary need the said him di kankan innovation now so we share the way na my bridge no na bi that one amobabo kan what me amanko na be exhibit no my confident in themselves china bi omo no ma me kura na omo tlaga say we ye when you school here I appreciate that. But we treat now education system when you say na nkwara school yes stores one nkwara school and nkwara school also omo ko sua de no yes sorry yes stores. Yes, stores one Korea school. Instead of say Korea school work, more go to one Okurano, and Yansa phone for to say, how do we make this school system, this learning in Amakum community, a lot of Korea Bibrino, episode the Omoapeno. How do we make it very attractive? Say the bay enticing Korea. Moko and Yanwa, one Bunu, but 2 fund the Buasi stores. Ade. I'm going Ashanti Regional Minister, may say, I do appreciate the fact, say, what's in your mouth, Korano, oh yes, our art festival, no. But enough. One check his school, Korano, more Ashanti, so your doctor, meaning say, a philosophy, you say, doctor in the end, whatever it is. Oh, by no, what check the hygienic environment, Ashanti Region, Korano school. Schools now for that Suadi Wumua, or whatever draw at the painty no. What condition granted this Suadi womb, and you won't quite up on a cum. MAJS so called school work book instead saying answer for better toward your protecting Quadano, if we said that the assess who couldn't want to 2 9 and 3 million. Now walk be a crime. It is about Frebby Diagro, Nane Ball, and Chamakoto, and Menam so yabo, Fremo Dimika Pudiachira, Udrimika Kakobono, if we say, more marginal was also with this store. It's a Yadia Dipla, a Yentem and Tentema say, and Kodai Suku, Abu, and what Buntia tomorrow, Mewa. And Ashanti Regional Minister, sorry, now I'm not with you, now we dance equal to Mewa. And Korani Kosuku no, Obayano, what's in your toy and Korasuku or Moko say, this is where we are giving these cases education. This is where we are grooming our case to be who we want them to be. Wako share how hygienic they study. Wako monitor any money na. That's one on social media and how we can check and a concert party. And so we are young, I grow and so, but this is the time to put in action. Yet me found Korea school, war I buno instead say, you have replacing on your answer, say Macamono. Nayako got now, war boo, yes, the stores. What sense does this make? What sense does this make? Sense Ben Pan was arguing. Mama can't tell me, Ashanti Regional Minister, I don't go for. Nyansa, I was arguing many days. Say school work, school no one no, and protecting Krano from the streets, and protecting Krano from Momo Muchama, and the money betting about trim. And only important to you people. Makwako sister say, Mokwako Siam school no one, Mokoya, Mokwako sisters. And look, this is the mentality of most of the political people. And you almost say, yeah, buying Abba or mine idea. Yet you people don't understand, and you people should start understanding. Say, you people are privileged for us to appoint you into public offices. Semonko, Namonko serve the interest of the nation. And just like yesterday I said the nation Ghana does not need any political goal. We need a permanent plan. We need a national plan that if Party A leaves, Party B knows that this is the continuation of the plan. And you we boss because sorry I'm a David Inyame. We boss because Kremodaya Muhammad Inyame. And you Nubia. How does that benefit? What is the direct benefit? Of say you could see museum, you could see cathedral, you could see mosque, you could see how does that benefit the common Ghanaian on the street? And that is why this movement is here. It's a jana a debate time and I could say work, and not the deviate that point anymore injustice beer, a best true cania to so, a man Ghana for in then only free quemwa, the Akabia, the Asoso. And this is why the man must think movement is here. We took our time to grow. Hence, we are prepared for these days. In Jamakom MA, JSS or no. I feel the next editorial about this school, no, yeah, the inside of the school in Abeba and Korana conditions in Ababa Tuga. Now, I feel the Ababa Buso Mudi and Tia, or Mutna Sekaka, or Mutibo Mono, or Mahunya Sasembia, and say, I'm a com JSS or no. They'll rather go and build stores. Near the stores, I'm a man high. Then you see store now. I'm a Kuma no Kunkum. My mouse store no the Diam Kum for gas in and the assemblyman no Kunkum. No, I'm no Bogasi. Meboa. And on a debut amope. Sam Quadana, one of Kumbe free streets in a Swako school. I was a school area. You're quite a computer near me. So school area, your astroturf, I Timmy Cobo ball, Obi Kuran bones, your school. And on them farm. Some of the best stores to be at a chemo guess. I just can't be a boom bottom. And the Aqua Monsan and I'm a to man. This time we are not around in the community, but force now you push it free abano. Nobody can play with the local communities again. And this is why the man must think movement is here. It is here support here, man. I say 1 year 100%. Let's say ye be 100%. It's yes, Remo. And this is for my baby, see a Kunyasu Kumasi. Muntimi, normalize say school war book. Instead, see a to school war no. Now, yeah, Konya the Aquaco sisters. We are not going to bow down for that. We are not going to accept that in the community. They need more than that. I'm a communist, an astroturf. Amakom as a community needs an actual theft. Amakom is closer to sports stadium. Amakom will Kumasi Fifi, and this is the condition of the school in Amakom. Are you people serious? Ashanti Regional Minister, are you people serious? Amakom is in the center of Kumasi right now, and this is a 2026 condition of students. And you people are roaming around. You people are roaming around. Our American also, and I will hear you say, Meboa. It's just like I said, the man must think movement is a broader and a bigger movement. Now, it's a piece of the pie. I appreciate the society, so no thing, dear, say. Say, this is a society. How then do you think, say, these politicians on their campaign trails and they are up to any task? How do we hold them accountable? NDC buy, or say, oh, they buy MPP for become chairman to me and them. Or school to normal coaching court, nobody didn't come on any publication, no be a corner. And this is the time the youth of Ghana should arise. It's either we are coming with a third force or a vigilante force that will straighten and make sure say there should be a ready dialogue by the government and the youth. Then political kwasia bi te se frefre kwasia mpani jinifoi no oni nyansa bia no akodi di politician bi te se wuntumi achi no ma wi go du sika no di bia kwa akotena abrotire ba bi eti obi ma me fight for justice no ne na no church kwasia sem every say when you free money wuntumi abewie free gold money ama na nya bi di akotena London akwakotuotu bribes wo akosu kwasia force. And this is the reason why we are talking like this. MADSS, headmaster, whoever is in charge, who are what we say to war. The earlier you stop, now look at who said beyond nonsense, free or now I'm making sure say and Quran here library and now I'm here ultramodern any facility here, a sporting facility and Quran any just say community instead so I'm practicing hooliganism any bad things no we in the street because I'm a home street so the or bad things bad things near you. It is opportunity abasa nkora so mo school na wo na wo de wo jimi so wo kwa sister na se nkora ni nwane mfa enkokora mebo a enyansafo ntie wate ye ka kire mo amekom de edi mu ho ye start ye free ho na mo say amekom for youth mutime ka bom mo ma makom coming who keep the community on light and on fire. Don't watch this go down because of what we say or political power be a one among. You people should arise and tell them, say, this is absolute nonsense. It is absurdity. Say school be war, baby. Now more political goals with more baby stores with diabetes Jessica. I'm a come as a community more astroturf. Do you people have astroturf? They are there be amokobo more astroturf from go. Ebi ni amekom. They need only ultramodern library bia. You need ICT center bia wa amekom. Ebi ni o. Amekom kwa here rehabilitation center kese. How about amekom community bank? I no amekom for private me ade tete jo mo to nketenkete bi. Na de bobo boys ne bosia. We fa for you ba bitua. Now all these things are not being thought of. What they are thinking of name stores I'm going to be man. No more girls now so money this stores woman. Now my did there or mobile chia or so we have a store be near about 50 million. Yeah, they are got their profan kwasi asem. Sani amano na se sia omo ye. Sani amano a na se sia omo ye. Na ye say ye ni wom ye ni tuam na ye ntwema mo. Mo beko akobubu say nua na amode ba be stores na gu na makoto wo no na fe community boys na nem atena se na ma kire mo de eboa ho de bibi recreational na so mo hia astroturf for school kwara ne pon so benefit ya because am ko for abobo wanwe ma che mo fa me stores bia mo bi su mo adwene. We need social amenities in our communities to keep these kids in line. Na kwarana mu na oko school wabu na oko shia na beda kasa de no anko school mu sua nyansa na mu put in measures in place. Yen put in measures. Say school dey comfortable. Uko go America for school as bibia ho aban the bus abesi ho bibia tidie na oba na school. But where the school work kurabu akwarana konwa wote so ya packing the set achima ayi car de bayire ba kumase. Ya packing no say empunam car akonya akwara ekotina so akosua de na be na akwara na ko school asem we da wa moseme me enka na mutimi ye nkwara sei enkwara na omo ye the future no monfo omo future ho omo school wo bukura mo de kwa akosi stores agigi sika egu mo botomu amekomo na be na oba bi kotina brotiri na oni ni kunu be bobra mo nsan ko kire nkwara ne say omo nko na omo kota ho na omo nko je japade. Because you people are not ready. Say, more mining mono daddy. Now mining moon quadano and you know with patriotism and love for Ghana because Ghana will make provisions for them. No. Say, mining moon quadabe doom radio said there be Ghana the 8 minja Ghana to and you know Eyam kokurafo na omo na SS o maku school Harvard. Omo na SS o maku school omo na momo mo twimudi. Now quickly, First Lady Akwaba.
First Lady Wadana.
Okay. Adepa Akwaba. I'm saying discussions via Kameya and Bear first. I can't be 15 minutes into the Kasauria. Now if my baby was in Kasa.
It's topic now. I'm a comedy and I say.
I'm a comedian. I'm a kind of for now. The Akabiadia me bow.
Sir, Ghana Hono Money, or my agents, some of my ready and Yejuma. Now, school crowd there, what the stores, ABC or Abbey because it's going to be a marketplace.
Now, mobile replacing with stores.
It's going to be a marketplace, and Colana never disturb you almost. College, yeah, the old back, Brochan, Messiah. School bank, yeah, Jua for school, be our peaceful.
They say misplaced priorities. Misplaced priorities in Kwa.
So Ghana, the old dream who cry to say sometimes you don't mind, or sometimes real who already to me who meet me share Ghana, Mr. Ghana can me call on Mukra, me what's now. Would dear Chabe Kobe Manso, would these who know I work Ghana, or let's not overcome Obi Manso. Ashanti Regional Minister, my way Nina, oh boy, Juma.
You can check out concert na TikTok, no creative content. I'm there. Oh, my man, because you say, was I'm not here. Can I show the no for Kumasi say I grew up in audio? Champion City. Kumerica, Champion City. Now, I'm showing you man, Kuran, the Abon, Kuran, my hit you. And I want them now, you can check out your concert.
It's so sad. It's so sad. It's an almost school stores need to say allow Musi on woman in your day. I still remember no one in Cassani area boys Moncholete and Cornomo say it can't be a crown on whatever qua because school and the markets how?
I just don't want
that.
Yes, I'm granny.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It's so sad. Yes, sir.
Misplaced priorities in Kwan.
Yeah, almost find your baby papa. Stores need the like computer guy or America or the Facebook I be copy be see ICT ultra modern ICT. Our voter region honumi.
And
you are not helping the only federal government and Tianko supporting guy on one leg. It's all like solicited funds and you could build the ultra modern ICT voter region honum.
Right.
Government are supporting them.
Right.
And to move baby papa or baby uncle and then Kweku baby we are sick on and just store as a move. Technology yes. And any getting colana. You say your man no mobile only totally different from us.
Right.
Gen Z we only different from it's munya be that one and moreover a school premises. Because it's also school premises. How?
So
it's sad. You don't do that.
I'm a com MAJSS and on a baby video on a chair must see no. Adiana el cosono. Mobile na mojai. Said the bear will be able to say just look at Nkorani school akonyomotisu. Look at this. Nkorani school akonyomotisu. Share.
We have come with the chocolate.
2026. Look at this. And then Easter say, well, Easter some of us are near my way now. Shady Omo be stores are show. Namodi Ajiska. Are you people serious?
Hey, Ghana, they will come and no macho school premises.
Are you people serious?
School.
Oh, what can we say? And I hear the buying was so, and I hear this was so, and I hear the air. Come on. 80.
So, look what we say. What if the most annoying part of it, the saddest part? So, no more see you come much area though.
How much? Oh, the beard job, more girls, man.
How much? How much? How much? The stores no more see any crowd. How much? That's Ghana for you. It's so sad.
Very, very, very sad.
It's so sad.
I'm not any abra. I can't say no. I'm saying maybe my next topic will so now. Video we Hey, I no pen I'm a chance on, and it's a free union black Americans nibio. Now I'm say President Mahama, call UN. Now Koka say African Americans now you do more free Cape Coast to buy no. Ghana for na ton womo. Am I do more buy Americano? American when say we are seeing na and a born a case we are see, right?
Slave trade,
you know. I was say a brofuni Sikama African presidents, no. Now black American we are China Junibia. You know, I think say it's very right. Me the video me the na ibe check can my voice no. Na ya hwehwem na fe they compare say ye modern day way na ya ye pre ye honko bre ye mojani eko pesika e de ko tu kwan ko abosi broni kokko krom e be bre bi ko twitwin kuko bi ye say e bi suwa we bi fa ye say ye te so no. Sante suona ekoso no eno no ho no eho ka na ya bɔ no wan no ko bɛkɔ akɔgye afiri no tu de yɛnhwɛ yɛ nananom time amoton ni pɛ na de yɛnton yɛ yo system na ya build ya ma yɛ ne pushi yɛ efiri sɛ wo yɛ fu adwuma nyɛ me boa it me say dive into all these things na we are de tie ne me cool it down wɔ yɛ maame akosua sɛ wa ne maame akosua brempoma ne sɛ me hu sɛ nneɛma bi ahyehyɛ Faustina, Fosu, any new aba can boom. I may know so many no. It's more so many more. You knew a bushia penny manaba, our bejina bedroom, my ye, Papa, your non and I'm sending a lawyer for so ye, a bushia penny, so my and our
Daddy went to me, uncle, and not cry, you cry, you was here.
Yes, it's not a person, dive into near my women in Iriana, be racing more. Why?
Yeah.
Said a better program, no. Ubiabo Benyane Chefa. So this is tidbits around the world. This is how I called it on the Kweku Kristo show. And it's very interesting that the president of Ghana, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, went to the United Nations and then made a proposal that the slavery that took place in the 1800s and whatever was
sorry, a good year fan or message be I don't know or I see fan.
And whatever that happened during that era and that tenure, I think, sir, he went to the UN to make this proposal. And almost to 123. I agree, say yes. Whatever the president is saying, no, is good. So they should pay attention to it. And I think, sir, a good deal on yeah.
Hello, Baba.
Oh yeah,
Man must think movement, and no, then we are in Adane. Yes, I'll go back to Independence Square. Never show everybody first in country I will say, or give to Ghana. Anytime I'm a piano, they will welcome you. Go be at me or show Ghana. Person they do the remember the answer which though. Almost say most of them no almost northerners. That's what almost teaching ni be pray. It's a bra oh me ma we English no etachi omo. We are going back to Independence Square. Ghana nye obia dia Ghana ye nyina ye dia Kweku oba ma almost time with English 10 minutes come be okay because some of them almost teaching ni be pray. And to almost tin sem na ekoso and no jumana wudi and I sell it out. It's God that Kweku Kristo to the world. Why are they not being show? Almost a message me. Thank you so much, brother.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. I think, sir, yesterday I believed in my spirit so much that I felt it got to a point that we need to come out and vent vehemently for the government of the day to come to terms and come to realization that right now we are in a new era, a new world, where a leader from Africa can approach the United Nations to go and tell them to pay reparations to him. So for these reasons, this government should know that Ghana cannot live under any opaque circumstances where an artist in the pedigree of Daddy Lumba will die and not all these things will happen without anybody stepping in. Like the country is without any leadership. Like the country has got people controlling it aside the presidency. And that was the need why I was so angry that I had to let my anger come out to the world. That people didn't understand me, but I knew that by the time those words landed on the seas, on the oceans, in the air, in the fires that control the atmosphere. People will be touched and get to know that this is the reason why maybe some people are insulting. This is the reason why people are disrespecting, because they feel disrespected from within. They feel that the very system that is supposed to protect them, the very system that is supposed to protect marriage, which is the basic root of every generation. We know a lot of people on the streets because we have lived on the streets and been on the streets and had a touch with the streets. Most of these dudes come on the streets as a result of broken homes, as a result of failed marriages. So why is the government of the day encouraging and pressing all buttons within the judiciary, which is a very strong arm of the government, to create more loopholes for kids and girls, lazy girls who brand themselves as side chicks, to have the power and the judicial authority to bump into people's houses, homes, and marriages and drag them through the court of law, and the judiciary will support them, even to the extent that a girlfriend can be married in an absence of a man, in the dead moment of a man. When a man dies, the court of Ghana can marry someone in their absence. Since when did this become a legal right? Since when did we choose wife for people when they are dead? Since when? And likewise, this same country, Ghana, this same leadership in Ghana right now, that is going about seeking for reparations, Mr. President. You sit and watch this same little girl hide a musician's body with her cohorts. A musician in the pedigree like Michael Jackson is dead in Ghana, and the family has no right or whatsoever to celebrate them, because the person who is the lawyer on the other side, who claims to be a lawyer for Daddy Lumba, has anybody in Ghana ever asked Baba Jama, where is the proof that Daddy Lumba told them to represent him even after his death? This is political bully. This is political influence in our judiciary to bully the poor, to over-exercise the power of the government of the day, to show that anybody affiliated with the modern day President Mahama, who wants the UN to pay reparations for his ancestors, selling their own ancestors into slavery, for people who have come here to live on this land and suffered for almost 500 years. He wants reparations for them. When doctors and nurses are running away from Ghana, they are not being chased. They are not being sold. That system is still in place. And that was the topic I was about to come on before this. So since when did it become a national illegality for anybody to celebrate anybody? Why? 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 Since when did a mistress have the power and authority over the entire national judiciary? Since when? Since when did a murder scene become somewhere so enticing, so important to the nation that policemen will be deployed to guide a murder scene, where an important musician as important as Daddy Lumba is buried illegally, culturally, morally, and whatever? Why? Why, Mr. President, what is your interest? You are turning our country into a jungle, the same way our forefathers sold our own ancestors into slavery. You pushed us all into America. You pushed a lot of Ghanaians to travel because of the bad governance, the bad system. When are you going to pay us our reparations, Mr. President? When are you going to pay us, the very people who are supposed to live in the Gold Coast, the very people who are supposed to enjoy whatever proceeds, the gold, the bauxite, the manganese, the salt, the oil, the copper? What do we miss? What? Why? Why do we have to travel outside in seeking of greener pasture? And you sit and watch Baba Jama misuse the instruments of the judiciary, play it at his advantage, and go ahead to bully innocent people who are going through trauma, a trauma that has never happened in a generation, that someone lost their brother and they were prevented by the law court, even though they had made a police report to the police CID, Criminal Investigative Division or Department, that they don't understand the death of Daddy Lumba, the Daddy Lumba, who is Ghana's favorite. Daddy Lumba, who used to stand in the shoes of Shatawale and Stoneboy, those who the president himself had called recently to reconcile in order for them to generate money so he can send the country Ghana into a World Cup. Mr. President, I'm sorry that you people are still practicing the same system that will suck the black man to sell their ancestors into slavery. You don't deserve any reparations. None of any African leaders deserve any reparations. If we were living back home and our brothers were comfortable here, they will come back home. None. So I'm about to jump onto this one real quick. It's about our black American brother that expressed the same view. And then let's see how it goes. Okay, maybe near here real quick.
So the Ghanaian president is trying to garner reparations based off the history of the transatlantic slave trade, trying to say that his people or Africans were taken from their home and brought over to America to experience atrocities and terrorism and what have you. We all know the story and stuff like that. The thing is, as an American man, I'm going to tell you right now, the majority of the people that were put in bondage here on this land were from North America. I'm not saying that the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen. I'm not saying that there weren't certain Africans that came over here. The Africans that came over here got absorbed by the people that were already here, and that's how that goes, point blank, period. And we do not want other nations getting credit for the stuff that we immediately went through. Now you want to talk about the Africans that came from the continent. Those were rival tribes that you guys put in bondage and sold off to the white man. That's the story. That's the history. So why do you get reparations for that? We don't want to hear that. This goes back to you guys co-opting and hijacking our legacy to garner money. There's plenty of atrocities that happened in Africa that you can, advocate for and go to the UN and ask for reparations for. Why does everything have to be connected to us? Why do you guys always have to use us as a crutch or a tool to get money and get funding? Stop using Black Americans' heritage and legacy to garner sympathy, attention, and resources on behalf of your country. African heritage is different than ethnic Black American heritage in the United States. They are two completely different things. And it needs to be known and it needs to be respected. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. No one's saying that you can't do business with Africans. No one's saying that you can't be friends with Africans. But you need to allow people to have their cultural autonomy.
All right. He said something here that is very important that I want us to pay attention to. He said there's a lot of atrocities going on in Africa that these leaders could have went there for reparations. Now, how can you sell your own people into slavery and then come years later on and tell the white man that you should pay us instead of telling them that pay our people that are still living in the countries? Because we have failed for 70 years. We have failed to make the land so fertile to the extent that we could have said, let our people come back home. We have the better hospitals. We have the more ultra-modern designs like the ancient Egypt, like the Nubians. We have failed them. But this failed politician, instead of thinking about the nurses that are not being paid for 10 months, nurses that will come and cry. Hold on.
Okadi.
I was your phone. The movie Aquaba and two Bapa share. They invite. Nah, the woman, my Miakus, yes, I was. And I dream my bimpoma. And we are.
I'm really to see an young see a boat to me. So what I'm saying is, this is the same system you people are practicing. Ghana has been independent and whatever it is for almost 70 years. And because you have failed us, Mr. President, you failed us as a country, and you have failed those that were sold into slavery by our own very ancestors. So how then do you want the reparations for what? What do you need the reparations for? Is that money what is you are going to use to transform Ghana? Or is that the money that African leaders are going to transform Africa? Or you people need the reparation money from the suffering of the very people that our ancestors sold? You need those reparation money to live like Arabian kings and oppress your very own people with a judiciary that is set to oppress the poor and suppress them so much that anybody that gets the chance will want to run away from Ghana, from the same country that you want to take reparations to. What have you built? What have you put in place in case all Black Americans want to come and live in Ghana right now? Is it the measures that Daddy Lumba, Charles Kojofosu, in the pedigree of Michael Jackson, was murdered, and nobody knows who murdered him up till now. Nobody knows what causes there up till now. Nobody knows where he was buried. It's not a matter of national interest. Even though the national CID was involved, the national judiciary was involved, we have had a politician from the government cabinet like a Siedu Ketia come out and speak about this issue. But yet, a nation that said they want to give these artists, Charles Kojofosu, a national estate barrier, all of a sudden halted that and never has ever made it their responsibility to probe into what killed him, to look into what may have caused his death, what may have caused the nation Ghana, such a great man. We don't care about that. We care about reparations for the very people that we sold by ourselves into slavery. Mr. President, these are some of the stuff we need you to sit and address. We need a national probity into the death of Daddy Lumba, and we shall let your governance be free. But until then, Ghana is not even safe from our brothers in the diaspora, the very Black Americans that people like us, the very uneducated ones, will come and look down on. You have to make Ghana a safer haven for them, somewhere that will be enticing. Life will move faster than America, and then they will move back home. Until then, Mr. President, I'm sorry to tell you, just like he told you, you have a lot of atrocities in Africa that you can go to the United Nations to seek for reparations. Mr. President, it wasn't time for that. Even though they voted it as the whatever crime that was ever committed, then it's still a modern way that you people are putting in place. Whatever system the white man left, unfortunately, you people never changed it. Guess what? The prisons that were used to punish slaves are the same prisons that we are using to punish our citizens. Go and check our prisons. Go and check them if they were built in the modern day to suit our modern standards of living, or we are still punishing our people with the slave master's language or the slave master's dungeon called the prison. Mr. President, people are still living and running from the shores of Ghana to the extent that people can leave their jobs and go and join the Russian army, which is at war. Did you go to the UN to ask about that? What is that reason? What is the very reason why people don't feel safe in Ghana no more? Why is that reason? What is the reason that the government cannot probe into its very own biggest talent exports in the pedigree of Michael Jackson, but this same government can go to the UN and stand in front of the UN and ask and point hands at people for the very heinous crime that his very own ancestor committed? Just like today, they are chasing us indirectly out of Ghana. People are very wise, people are very smart, but they are living outside of Ghana because the politician has for 69 years, for 69 good, solid years, the Ghanaian politician has made it a point that he will turn the very country our forefathers fought for into a jungle, so much that a nurse will get out of school and will not have any salary for a period of 10 months. But yet, this politician will have the courage to go to the UN and talk about slavery. The modern day slavery is here. We are chasing, fighting for visas from Africa to leave the shores of Africa. How many white people come to Africa to work and suffer? It's getting to 70 years, Mr. President. What reparations are you going to pay to our citizens for all the political turmoil, all the political waste of our resources, all the political damages you people and the leaders from the past, from Kwame Nkrumah till you, have caused us as a nation? Have caused the youth, the kids, the children of Ghana. We have been deprived. We are no different from the kids in America. We are no different from the kids in China. We are no different from the kids elsewhere. But guess what? Our leaders are different. How much are you people ready to pay us in reparations? How much are you people ready to pay us in reparations, Mr. President? Mr. John Dramani Mahama, I'm asking you, based off what that black American said, it's a lot of stuff going on in Ghana. You have maltreated people. The Ghanaian political elites from Kwame Nkrumah have imprisoned people wrongly. They have killed people wrongly. They have taken people's properties. And the recent day is Daddy Lumba's case, where a mistress has been empowered by a sitting government because her lawyer is so much affiliated to the current government. Hence, there is a legal bully, a first-time physical legal bully in Ghana. And yet, Mr. President, you leave all this mess, travel out of Ghana and go to the United Nations to seek for reparations for the black Americans living in America who are still trying to find their identity, who are trying to put their culture together, who are lost and don't know whether to come to Ghana because they don't even have any assurance of their own very security. Mr. President, now this is the misplaced priorities. You have nurses who are going to work to take care of people's health that are not paid. Why should a nurse even cry? Mr. President, how many jobs have you created for the youth? How many jobs have you created for the youth? Can you tell us the number of people that have left the shores of Ghana into the Americas, into the Europes, into the Asias, into the Gulf states since 1957? And can you pay us the reparations for the reasons why Ghana should have been our comfortable home? Because we have gold, we have bauxite, we have manganese, we have cocoa, we have oil, we have timber, we have everything. But yet, since 1957, are you people ready to pay us? Mr. President, go back home, do your agenda, probe into the national assets debt, probe into that the Lumber's debt, and all these things will fall in place for you. Without solving that problem, even a school that had called you to give you whatever honorary withdrew it the last minute, and they frustrated you. They frustrated the embassy of Ghana in here, and it's a disgrace. And that's a way the white man was trying to tell you and put you in your position. He put you in your position. Like, hey, we are not even going to give you the doctorate or whatever. We will put you in your position. Go to that shithole, fix that shithole before you come and tell us what we did to your grandfathers. And that was the plain language to you, Mr. President. The earlier you probe into Charles Kojofusu's death, the earlier you stand firm for marriage to be respected as a great institution, as a greatest puzzle, as a great cell, as a basic unit for our generation. The better, Mr. President. All I can say on that topic, we are about to move on. Now, even move on, no. I'm saying, in my energy, when I feel stuffs are done, I feel it's done. Say they make an energy. And your man share. Yeah, two jabini missiles. I'm a near man share. Even before would you ever can. I might say in my spirit, I feel saying near maybe I should share. He said, ain't me to some prensa. So my Ghana penny na ye di emede da fomo mo bia da bi entimi to so prensa se krama idi te se fia so asmega kwasia ba kan kurasi ni bia ono abetina abrochira kofa be ma jimi fo bia oti ni yo na woni nipa be ses ne da bo kwasia bi o mo brada ni wo fi kan kwasia ni mu bi a wo dan so kwasia bi o no tuatua ne ka e ma ni sika se poto rain fix shame a she no ma sha kwasia jimi bi sa no and no team emet now say moko to na ebiti asem na sheda na mako na lawyers muso abot now na judge bi so abet now sa concept era na etwam there social media e ba bo boja no mo fa kwani na ba bia mo de be kwa kwani na bia enko ba bia e ka kire mo the president mama Emra was the last straw and I'm who say mo de ni da ho and I'm them pony di Ghana for. So right now, no, the baby show me be at the first 1.5 hour. No, I dedicate it to social issues. Come say, "Mama, I put you as a man." Sanya be. Me ama wo say it na wo so. And a black America for na church wo munyi nyansa wo. Who pay business aye? Who pay sika bi enya? Eye, o my Ghana gold what to we dey wi. O my Ghana bauxite what to we dey wi. On my Ghana diamond, what to want you? On my Ghana cocoa, I will turn a boarding. What says this year? We are for Titico, so I'm almost to go. When the who's carry, and what you be our Brewa America and net black Americans, that's so Brewa Americano. What you music as a woody? Your brain would you at it, President Mahama, your bread and would ye. When I question room, I learned to say no fee. But why fortunate? Say no, we put in so much energy. So we are now here relaxing. We also can feel Ghana need be our support to your man. Me put you as a one that room be pulley up. That was so feel. Oh yeah, we just we the date and you be so my America. Mr. President, and come on anyway. Yeah, who results at the next meeting of about America? Mr. Obama, me tie say I'm not Kwame men ko akora na meba no kwame plaka na wiase beti Kweku kristo ne na me ka kire o o nkofo mo ha adwene ye nu bi e be ba wa mo se Kweku kristo ne tina o to mama wiase eja de be ball to eja Mr. President e be ball to man must think movement de be ball to am what transform society eja o be transform Ghana. Mr. President, whether you like it or not, for you making a move to the UN for reparations, then you know that it's bad to treat people like slaves. You know it's bad for someone to live like an Arabian king at the expense of the resources of others. But you political leaders from Kwame Nkrumah for a period of 69 good years, Mr. President. You people have been treating Ghanaian nurses, Ghanaian doctors, Ghanaian whatever, like slaves, that you people can hold on to their salaries for a period of over 6 months, over 10 months, for a nurse to come out and stand outside the street to cry in the form of demonstration, for the government to come and tell them bullshit. Have you paid us? And Man Must Think movement will find a way to put all those costs together. And then, Mr. President, charity begins at home. Then you start to pay the citizens of Ghana our reparations. This is a country that does not even think about the citizens at home. How much more do you think you think about the Black Americans living in America? Mr. President, you are fighting a lost battle. Go back to your home, do your homework. Make sure that Michael Jackson's death, we can put it in Google and find under your regime that the Lumba is dead. Make sure that happens. Make sure family is one of the greatest institutions that your governance is interested in, and not side chickism. Make sure that when people die, they will be buried. Their family will be allowed to show them their last respect, and their family will be allowed to know what killed them, and not to use the abuse of government power, the abuse of power by Baba Jamal to intimidate people, to scare people because they are affiliated to your party. Mr. President, you sat and never said anything about your own country. Jump on the neck of the white people to do what? Give you reparations for the very heinous crime that your very grandfathers committed, and then you are still committing on the soil of Ghana. Have you asked yourself, why are people leaving the shores of Ghana every day? Because you people are selling our resources, enriching you and your families. Your kid can even host an international boxer like Joshua. You think we are fools, right? How much reparations is Ghana going to pay its citizens for the 69 years of mishandling our resources, of mishandling our taxes, of mishandling our mental health, of breaking homes, of imprisoning people wrongly, of serving the people that deserve justice with injustice, Mr. President? How long? How much are you going to pay us? Because we are, since you know how to prepare something to the UN for reparations, we are about to move like that with you, sir. We are about to. And the Black American brother told you that you can make business with your suffering. African leaders are always making business with their suffering. Now, have you asked yourself why hunger is one of the biggest industries in Africa? Hunger is one of the biggest industries in Africa. Africa is yet where you will put a seed on your ground and food comes out. So why is it that hunger is one of the largest industries in Africa? Yet a president from Africa have got the nerve, the urge to go to the UN to ask for reparations. Are you serious? Are you serious, Mr. President? Are you serious? You still have power outage in your country, and you want to come for reparations for people living in America that have never seen power outage before? Are you serious? Don't you think these black brothers need it? Don't you think that these black brothers and sisters need it more than you do? Mr. President, that was a disgrace. That was a shooting of the ball in your foot because you are misprioritized. You are looking at the wrong things. You are trying to go where you don't belong. How do you have this impudence, the audacity to leave Ghana, this turmoil, this political turmoil that you people, you political leaders from Kwame Nkrumah to whoever it is, have caused Ghanaians to go and seek for reparations for the very slavery that our very ancestors committed to our very ancestors? Are you serious? Mr. President, under your era, there is legal bullying, where lawyers are bullying people because they are affiliated to the government of the day. And the president is sitting, watching, like he doesn't care. He doesn't know what goes on. But yet, whatever incident that happened 400 years ago, you want to get paid for today, Mr. President. Solve your issues. Go to your home. Make your home the pride of Africa. Make your home the America of Africa. And these, our brothers, will come home and develop it. They will come home and invest there. Go back home and make sure that Ghana is safe. Ghana is not run that someone can murder someone like Daddy Lumba and then you don't care, but yet you are seeking for reparations from the white man. How different is the wicked system we are facing now from what our ancestors faced? It's the same wicked system transitioned into a modern day system. Why are Ghanaian kids always flying, living in Ghana? Why? Mr. President, you should be ashamed of yourself at this moment for even trying to make that move. And the white man has shown you, they disgraced you, they called you for an award, and they withdrew it the last minute. He showed you that go and take care of your home and stop letting your people come and overstay in America. You think your country, if you think people from Dubai will come and overstay in America? You think people from Dubai, United Arab Emirates, which was a desert way back as 1985, when Ghana had gained its independence, were given a lot of money, started industrialization with Nkrumah. Mr. President, do you think the people from Dubai will come and overstay their visas and do dirty jobs? We are still in the cornfields. What do you think this is? You people are living like Arabian kings in East Legon, buying mansions for side chicks. Go and look at the jobs people are doing in the UK. Go and look at how people are suffering on the Mediterranean Sea just to cross into the UK, to the European shores. And you go around to seek for reparations. I told you yesterday that for the third time that you people are abusing the legal system, then it means that is your strategy, Mr. President, and we are not going to sit for you. And now you disgrace yourself. Thank you, Ajoa. That's my wife. Thank you, baby. Mr. President, you are a shame to the world. And I'm telling you that our Black American brothers are not going to settle for this bullshit. What they were wishing for was a gate of home return. A gate of home return for a president that can create a gate for them to come home and be safe and live in Africa like a safe haven. And live in the very nation, that was first to gain independence in the sub-Saharan Africa. But yet you are roaming around seeking for reparations. Mr. President, if I may ask you, what were you going to do with that money? What were you going to do? You came to power, Mr. President, and you said our gold mines, you are going to turn it into something else. What is the practical benefit of the average Ghanaian on the gold board? The first event you people sponsored were some girls, some side chicks, some girls to the UK to waste national resources. And we are not, and you have the guts, the impudence, the audacity to go and make business from the Black American fellows suffering. The dude told you loud and clear. You can make every business with them, but not from people suffering. Why is suffering and hunger such a great industry in Africa? That's my question. Why is suffering and hunger such a great industry in Africa when Ghana is blessed with everything deposited? Now, America has the strongest currency because they back their currency with the ornaments from the surface, the underneath the earth, their gold bars and all that. Ghana is sitting on gold, unmeasurable gold, and yet our CD is like trash paper. Listen to sense. This is common sense. That's why I keep saying that instead of making these political elites, these political liars, putting them into economical places, we should go into the market, look up for the women that have been able to sell pepper, sell tomatoes under the harsh conditions of the sun, and then be able to send their kids to the universities. Those who have been able to become rich out of selling, they are the practical economists, and not those who have the basic whatever nonsense certificates. Mr. President, you have to go back and work in your country. Make Ghana the gate of home return. Ghana the hub of technology. Ghana the place where kids in Ghana will be raised to prioritize patriotism. Make Ghana the eye of Africa. Make Ghana the reason why it was the first to gain independence, Mr. President, and stop chasing after the black man's suffering. You have chased after your own people's suffering. You have fed from your own people's suffering for a lot of years, bro. It's too much. You politicians have preyed on Ghanaians for a long time. For 69 years, you have taken from the masses. For 69 years, you have not built enough hospitals. For 69 years, Ghana still have got people drinking water in the same space as cattle. Ghana still have got power shortages. For 69 years, Ghana cannot be an industrialized Ghana. For 69 good years, we can't manufacture nothing. For 69 good years, we still export our raw materials. For 69 years, Mr. President, how are you going to compensate Ghanaians for the political dismay, for the political disappointment that you and your cohorts for these years have caused us? How much in reparations are you people ready to pay? Kumasi Accra Road has killed more than 5 million Ghanaians, more than 10 million Ghanaians. Innocent people who were on their way to struggle for food, who were on their way to look for a better job, who are on their way to look out for their family, were killed on this stretch because the politician chose to spend this money on some girls' asses. Mr. President, we the youth of Ghana, the man must think movement. Whoever believes in this cause, we are about to put together the 69 years suffering that benefited the politician and the political leader, and we will write this into a book. The 69 years of suffering. And then, Mr. President, you and Kwame Nkrumah and everybody that is there, we will go to their graveyard and you people will pay us the reparations because we have suffered enough. We have suffered enough. Ghanaians have suffered enough. But yet, gold leaves the shores of Ghana every day. Diamond leaves the shores of Ghana every day. Cocoa leaves the shores of Ghana every day. Timber leaves the shores of Ghana every day. Now, doesn't it baffle your mind that we have timber leaving the shores of Ghana every day, but yet Ghanaian kids cannot get a seat made out of wood to sit on? Doesn't this baffle your mind, Mr. President? Did you even think about this before even making that move to disgrace the country, to disgrace the nation? Mr. President, it's widespread. They know, they listen, they hear whatever is going on. The insecurity of the average Ghanaian, the insecurity of the Ghanaian populace, the insecurity of the nurse, the job insecurity of the doctor, the job insecurity of the students in the universities. How many companies have you opened for the country? Mr. President, couldn't there be community projects and community factories and community industries that will feed the community? For instance, Amakom, Asham, Asokwa, whatever Subi constituency, we have a rubber plant, we have a starch making community factory that pays 160 cedis a week, 200 cedis a week, 500 cedis a week. The government can never invest in this. It can't. He would rather be walking around, roaming around, writing and reading speeches, trying to challenge the status quo of the globe. When you are living in a third world, how can you challenge the status quo of the globe? Rwanda did it. Paul Kagame transformed Rwanda. Mr. President, you want to learn about transformation? It's not too late to go learn from him. Put the security of your nationals at heart. And wherever you go, your speeches will make sense. That notwithstanding, we have to also look into that. That out of all the votes, it was the Great Britain, the United States, and Argentina that voted against. And this should tell you, those that commit crime never want to accept it. Those that commit crime to others, those that benefit from the suffering of others, those that live like Arabian kings at the advantage of their slaves, never feel sorry for them. Likewise, these political leaders, they don't feel sorry for their people. If President Mahama and his presidency felt sorry for this Ghanaian family that sacrificed themselves for their husband to put his life on the line and sing and travel with the name Ghana, with the Ghanaian language, with the Ghanaian representation as one of our biggest exports. Someone that this current regime had promised to give a state barrier. All of a sudden, due to political goals, Mr. President, you lost interest in the case, but yet you are there to go and seek for reparations for another black man that another black man sold into slavery. The biggest question of the day: what killed Daddy Lumba? Who killed Daddy Lumba? Where is Daddy Lumba's body? Why was Akosua Brimpoma obviated from seeing the face of her brother? Why? These are humble questions. These are humble questions that we are asking our leaders, that we are asking Mr. President. The president that sees the suffering and maltreating of people is not good. Hence, they deserve reparations. Sir, Ghanaians, the Lumba family deserve reparations for all that the judiciary have done to them by abusing the judicial power. This is a clear abuse of judicial power for 3 consecutive times. Why? This is a clear abuse of judicial power for 3 consecutive times, because what the lawyer in question is a parliamentarian for the ruling government. Hence, the abuse of ruling government's power. Some foolish people were asking around, why are they taking it to Mahama? Yes, we will take it to Mahama. The same way you people took everything on the Kufuado, we will take everything on to Mahama. Guess what? He is a part of the hands of the executive. And if the judiciary is misfiring and giving injustice, slandering justice, slaughtering justice on the tables of legal technicalities, and it happens on the same family for 3 times, and the president is saying he's not aware, I don't think he should be aware of an event that happened 400 years ago. I don't think he should be bothered with an event that happened 400 years ago. Now, let me nail you here, Mr. President. When Lumba's issue came to you, your people and the NDC came out strongly saying that it's someone's family issue. Lumba is a current issue, 2025-2026. The Black Americans that you are walking around the UN, going to seek for their reparations, are they your family members? Do you relate to them in any way, Mr. President? How is their matter related or going to help the current situation of Ghana? How important is that reparation money or recognition to the development of Ghana as we speak? If that Lumba's issue is family issue and it's got nothing to do with the president, then Mr. Busybody President, how come an event that took place 400 years ago without any of your family members becomes so important to you that you take it upon yourself, sit down and go to the United Nations to make a presentation? But yet, that Lumba is dead in 2025 and in 2026. It's nothing that bothers you. This baffles my mind. This baffles my mind a lot. And I want the critical Ghanaians to think, not the foolish people. The foolish people. The foolish, stupid people who were raised to be cowards and bootlickers, who were raised that cowardice is respect, who were raised as fools, who cannot stand and speak for themselves, neither can they say right from wrong. Those fools are the ones I'm referring to. Now, the question I want deep minds to ask is, that Lumba died in 2025 as one of the top artists in Ghana, to the extent that the government told Ghanaians that he is going to give this dude a state burial. Now, the state burial did not go on. Things took the wrong turn. And whatever happened around his burial, his funeral, is something strange that nobody has ever seen. Whatever even happened around his marriage is strange that for the first time in Ghanaian history, a dead man is given a wife by the law court. A man is dead and the judge marries a woman for him. So this is the question again. Mr. President, when Daddy Lumba died and these demonstrators in the UK went to the Ghana High Commission in the UK to present their petition that, Mr. President, the person that you said you were going to give a state burial, we suspect that his death, there is a foul play. So, sir, can you please pay attention to his death? And instead of the state burial, can you, sir, please give a state probity into whatever is going on? And then one of the staffers come out to say that it is someone's family issue. It is Lumba's family issue. How does that concern the president? And now this same president goes to the UN and tells the UN that an event that happened 400 years ago to our American brothers and sisters, he is coming for reparations. How important is that? Why was that a family issue to the president? Like, how is the president related to that? Was the president's forefather a part of them? Was the president's forefather sent to America that he can go and point out why? How is he related to these modern day Black Americans that he thinks he should go to the UN to seek for reparation? For this same reason that Ghanaians think that you have to look into and probe into what killed that Lumba. You have to straighten the judiciary system and let us know what marriage really is, because this generation is confused. We are confused right now that Ghana can sit in its court and say that a German marriage certificate, civil marriage certificate, is fake. This bothers my mind. It the first lady was switching up the baby I drew and said, yeah, the first day in our baby series, said that the American first lady updates now, a woman there. Said the American medium will to your side.
Okay.
What tell you side? If we say baby I drew no, the one say I took Jabia for baby man near maybe I should share.
Yeah, come on.
That's why she say I've been for money for Stina and Cabo. It's
Yanko said, Ewo.
What is so big? Can be? Am I the way for Stina be originally a wine?
Ewo, I think Yamma Yakusia, and Muma Yamfano, and cow and so precuni and ready a coso. Yamma me ho. Why, mommy, I think so. And then if you're on away.
Don't go straight to the letter. Goodbye. Sabi. Okay.
As if you had a bit, you fear.
It's your own letter we better to you. Letter with the money. For immediate release, the High Court Accra has effective today upheld the application for an interlocutory injunction filed by our client, the head of family of the Corner Royal family of Pakosu and Isuta, Ebushampeni Victor Kofi Usu, into bracket Ebushampeni to Park. This order specifically restrains Nanaya Akosa, aka Papashi, and Otro Akosia Sewa Shindler, and Odin to bracket for Sushel. Obia Otro ni Dino, our Dini Dini be share bracket mono, na nipanis nickname. It will share a Bushampeni Victor Kofi Usuno. A dear decan one share bracket mo. Nasa Dino, a Bushampeni to Park, na any nickname. Odu Nanaya Akosa into bracket no tro aka Papashi, any nickname. Odu Yamami Akosia Sewasono, Otro Akosia Sewasindla, and now into bracket Otro Fosu. Timibisamu Fosunu, Eda Lumba, Mamma Akosia Sewasosu, and a nickname, Anna.
They're trying to be effective, right?
I said, who is all disrespecting him?
Yeah. These guys should be careful.
What's one family said the would you be a nickname share bracket mo? Abushampeni to Park bracket. Ucho Nanaya Wakosa and Audi bracket, aka Papasi. After Ucho Yamamia, Ucho Mami Akosia Sindla and into bracket to the Fosu. Fosunu any nickname. And no crown will be uncle bed or no better man's one.
I don't know any customers.
These guys.
Yes, yeah. And I'll trust her. Yeah, trust her. Or see, and it's in a Fosu, or no soon in middle name, bring Poma and the share bracket, and also bring Poma and nickname.
Hey.
But we'll let another Casachem and not show fire Poku. And their agents, let's just say, Obibiaro on your mo, Edinkita, or assigns the same thing. From organizing, promoting, or hosting any event titled Celebration of Life. The entire make kind letter way no. The person who says letter way. They be on my true celebration of life no. Enya no kore, baso life. And I may so see which is scheduled for Saturday 28th March. And 29th and Sunday 29th March 2026 at the Independence Square, Accra or elsewhere. By upholding this injunction, the court totally prohibits any attempt to proceed with the celebration of life or any such event. Court and Casa. Or see court ama edit abono at to event in the so judge and Casa or court. Or no Casa or no letter him. Baba Jama for no more come and Casa or myself.
court to Bianca she. Yet was no. Or see, the organizers, venue providers, and active participants are hereby cautioned that defying this order constitutes contempt of court, which is punishable by law. It's on no catch or live letter we say one fast sema or cast a court na can one fine ye juma. The Hawaiian say what ya mra? What yamra? I said, what sorry? Etia Yasem Dibiano. What sorry etiom? What is here? And I won't show we. Instead of Woody Webano, or Sanka Woody court document, the amount interlocutory injunction, the amount you have upheld in no. Or some of this Hakatani Mombeto Abonting, now you can't kind of only say yes. Court see or the tabono at to Adianaso. I don't know Kasama court. Ocho in and see why. Or somebody release another letter. A numero, bay numero, bay 10. Omankasa edi omasema kodan court. Esa so bo asem na momo. Judge si or to asem na sheda no akohwehwem. Wan kase menkoye wade. What is here? Wan kase menkoye wade. Second letter nini. See, our attention has been drawn to certain publications on social and mainstream media, alleging that the head of family of the Ekona royal family of Pakusu and Isuta, Ebusiapeni Kofi Wusu, has been destooled and replaced by one Kwabena Brefo, aka Mr. Jones Kennedy Brefo. We state categorically that this information is false. Emi Wawa, Baba Jamal, Omo lawyers Edma Ebusiafono. Baba Jama nye lawyers edima insuta any Pakuso for Bushafo or your lawyer edima daddy lumba. And so say ye call Kumasi ekotwa videos and I see two Ebushapenya desono. Baba Jama betro letter ma Ebushafo no the same Ebushafo omode Ebushapeni di omaba court no or no tro letter ma omo say Ebushapeni omu etu na de so akofa foforo no. Say Ebusiapeni no. Enye no krese omotu na de so akofa foforo. Man twi hu sa menti ase. How can that be possible? Ebusiafo na wo say wo kasa mom no. Omo say omotu Ebusiapeni na wo di nanim court no. A wo ka wo ya aginemu fo na wo jemu ma no court no. Omo say wo mu onyo omo Ebusiapeni biem omotu na de so. Once we have a letter, at the general public say, you two na dear so. We a busheni. Yawana Baba Jama Betnat UTV, GH1. A catcher and say, or better GH1 ever catcher and say, lawyers no, or mono clients no, or moon need any other relationship apart from the battle when alpha user no moon drop user and the mommy. And fair you are. Your phone profile anymore. What is here? Amsterdam, I see you, maybe many. Amsterdam, you're many, I'm in a blogging, Amsterdam TV. What is here? It's yet 20 a year, dear.
Yes, but so what could be no one with my moderator for now. So when you hold so moderators need to be anyone with my moderator.
Yo. Oh, Mushe say, ye for playing if you are glad you are Kumasi. Bear 5 times because of the same way. I'm a bushia for Beshia. No more Konoma Beshia, no more Konoma Beshia, no more so way to a bushia or more to pack. Oh, lawyer, no, who's here in tune. Also, I'm Baobi, ya a co witness, see, I try videos. Any I inform sub chiefs, I hear interviews, I am posting here. Our mocha so mutu na dear so. Law court say on two na dear so. My dream was I mean, see. And I kind of fire and tears and I am teaching you. And as Santa Manana, my man, assessor. A man penny for feel a beshia. Yes, we are 14 groups. A mood 13 a beshia. A offer a poke never can we were high court. We are 14 groups no. A mood 13 a beshia. 13 a beshia and more to pack if you are dear so. Our letters. To pack on the 11th of March. On the 19th, no more far, Mr. Kennedy. Omudi na betuga. Because omo yo ma there underground. What sorry on matching enumerate 10, enumerate nkrofa I call dano. What sorry can be throw letter say you two to pack. Meanwhile one ba pakuso obi. Pakuso ayeko ye na me who any lawyer from the Baba Jamal and Associates firm. Yeah, do baby no mama head na bonting. E mo koma say me ye. Omo ye no. E no omo be ma your feedback. And your banny say na of such a reputation no. Utumi throw letter be say e di beto abonting and letter na wo throw no. Ebusuafo no mo afọ mo ebusuafo omo ebusuape ni omo so mo etu na de so no. Omo ni mo hwe. Omo efa to pack ni apeni e friend no Kwame Usu no. Omo na efa Kofi Usu. And almost so much to Nadia. And I would letter. I bet to about this and Yanokre. More fire. Yanji won't let an Indian and I Yanjim a bush and phone in the Meno. Postina Bakosia Waka baby. Yamifani Crancy. Nay, I see Omoya announcement of their new Ebusha penny. Thank you. Lawyer Diabe 2, number 10, court to crap on 4. Lawyer Trolletta. Law firm will troll let them no the Abema Publica or troll the better bonting and number 10 p.m. Your pressure. Atasa.
Suba down kakra. Yes, Suba. Down Yeah, now.
Abba. And I mean sorry, you know.
Yeah, Abba Casa. No, nothing. What is nothing?
It's nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Aha, Fudia.
What's it, say? It's my dreams are, and look at how where do you know? Or say our attention has been drawn. In what capacity? Your attention has been drawn. When are you Bushiano? Your attention has been drawn. When are you taking decision, Bushiano? Your attention has been drawn. Lawyers own them boundary. And now, what you or in a way or not selecting a bush up in which channel. So, okay, say your attention has been drawn about what people are saying on mainstream social media. Then our person change. That's how we say. Show up.
I love enter Baba office. I love enter Baba Jamal's.
What am I saying?
I love enter Nima public toilet.
Na muni say lawyer Fatini wa life sesi ya. Breaking news mi be breaking news ya mamu sesi ya watu.
Minim say why who no support to pack. Ebu champagne and this year otumi lo t-shirt. Otumi lo t-shirt. At the same time we lo movement. Oh yeah, o san fani.
Yes ba. Ma me fa bibi shem ma o. Latest kura ni say ebu champagne de na na ewu o wantimi angwa yi.
Mama.
Oi.
Your mama no one is about my bono.
Oh yeah, I did about what I see ebu champagne go make us obabona.
Lawyer who tried, they will see it has come to our attention. In what capacity? When I hear Omo Hene, and Omo Shawase,
Party Muadi.
they are a contract to an Omo baby na contract to. None of the Pakoso and Isuta families have you as their lawyers. Your lawyer, you are a lawyer to only Daddy Lumba. You are not a lawyer to the Fosu royal family of Pakoso or Isuta.
That Lumba dead.
You were.
Your contract with him is also dead.
What you say? It's at the end of the day, no. The person you are you were solicitors for no. Ono na muye adwuma no. On the cash in chewa. Won't be konkoye bibi. And I would letters letter upon letter. Say I now corresponded the man. Yamama Kosia Sewa. I could catch and say the Fosu royal family of Isuta any Pakosu. I be catch or said the catch and say Yajana Wadia.
What was you?
The money see property biaso. And Bushafona over catch here was social media say almost the casa chema or ma be drama miniature or court. So no winning saw your hearing. Can they push your phone? Ebe kasa asem na chew. Omo wi ano mo ansan ko gina ma mi na chi se ma mi na yo yere. It means that from day one on our two futuro e de gun crofo.
Thank you.
And that is why some of us were born.
The kind of great.
Yeah, person. Your person is only on baby no Canada. Me am tie me ntimi. Bekase. My phone
you gift no emam se wutro gift emma na watigana obeda gwe o me fadi nyina mo nse ni be yama ni ire be yama no ho se na ire bi she from be yama kai
me
ordinary me pa cho just let me know na amaso Kavali says,
at the end of the day, no. Put your letter can say, we write as solicitors for the Fosu royal family of Isuta and Pakosu. You boldly wrote this on a letter. Meanwhile, na sa Fosu royal family no, omoni on ayewo Pakosu ne Isuta no money mo hwe.
Thank you.
Oni nipa mienu pe and a trust letter. I'm saying it with authority because me call Pakoso me for plane. In and out. And for years, investigation more. I even start in a car 3 hours out of Kumasi just to go and interview people on that matter. Almost you won't do mushy.
Yes,
I spent almost almost $600.
Yes,
Kavani.
I spoke with one of the NDC members this morning, and I told him that, do they see what Baba Jama is doing? And they told me that Baba Jama is just a Daddy Luma lawyer. And I asked them that, if Baba Jama is Daddy Luma lawyer, what does it matter? Is there one who have to choose who is the head of family for Pakoso for? Me remember the MP no, me check basa basa. Me do nyami, o maki, me catch say, I am here Baba Jama from Monday, Obesumu Poise, me catch no. The 9th place there or park with you, Baba Jama, he will never return back. I can assure you that. Because everything he's doing there, we have captured every angle.
I will try.
No, because you know the thing.
Yeah, but
no, because this man. I can pay for the NDC. But this man is heavily. You know this issue where he has nothing to do with political. But this man, let me power of the NDC.
And I make a down.
Oh.
And I make a down.
Mama me landi with Mama me landi asana makasawa. Mama me landi na jumani yadi. Sabe 3.5 hours. Asana menya bibia. Yeah, fast.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You boldly wrote in a letter, say, Omuna show say Babeka Brana Bekache Mameno. Osanka Bekache say you have in your custody an instruction.
Yeah, Frano. Yeah, my friend.
Me data no mami you.
Who did
Oh,
that?
I'm friend of your money.
Yes, but and you for commercial break, right? And you for commercial break.
No. Dominion.
Through Kakra.
It is the American when say you came mobile. No. And I'll be catching and say the royal family no. I put some in for NSC trust I let an Abraham no. Say the Dean Crabber brochure more. Who you in favor?
Mommy, you too.
I'm your man now.
William White.
Mommy,
you too. My feedback, so let me. I wait.
Okay, we're meeting.
More fire.
Who trust Hadia no say? Who trust Hadia no say? Ebusiafo na hyew se bra na beka kyere so no kra na yeja na ware odene saba yeja na ware na ne din kra ba nkrata mu a fifa bi na mo ye no
Aso ya
na ne you kunu properties on ne ye no ma ne si ba bia na me be
points well.
na se na ma
Just at this point. The points well. One I confirm is a change now way Lumba way. You know,
what you say? It's at the end of the day, no. From day one, information would have better about team be brain and no credit. I have interviews I have not posted because now me feel say me could post here. I be kwa comments na ye tintin to me CV. But I spoke to them. Maybe someone who said, "Patro, person me found me tell videos. Yo, no problem. Me can no. You know, be ambon komo be I say omo konko can be bianche mame no. Mame no kro no penny ni. When one can that this year that lumba yenim ka say Kweku yenim ka so yere bia obebia. And the bushia penny to pack a you na dear so. On my own was had no the first interview here any bloggers. It is a lawyer so. At the letters are better to a bontin. Start from letter D kind by him. One of social free. I know social free. No one's information be a better to a bontino. You come and yanokre. A bushaka cracka, they see one. Almost your baba copen on name so I could do Task with you for Sierra. The late Charles Kweku Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, Ebusia Kakrano, almost say oba majority they say oba ba kupe no money me say oye Daddy Lumba yere ni dinye mami akosia sewa Fosu.
Piao.
Obo dobroni omunim no, obo presla omunim no, obo atabna omunim no, obo sewa broni omunim no. Me krenye na nka benim say na atabna me na tabna go force your friend is a wabruni and your court and come name say friend tabna. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Ebusia foa omo close to deal no omo no mo sie omo so obegina echi wo ko bo obi ayempa no and wo ko jo obi ba bi ayempa no
Nkre.
Wo bo obi amana no aduane a wo mfa atrefa nunu nkwa mo se wo hwe nam. What that's lawyer Juma way. Omo cause Santos no omo mofa atre no omo hwehwe enam won kwan mo. Me won be that. No mo di brofo bi no mo di abetu dwana nkrofo akometu. No. It's not me yes a critical analysis no. And I'm to YouTube no. Say who is the Fosu royal family? So I subscribe to the YouTube channel to see Yesuba TV now. We go say story in that who is the Fosu royal family? And your interviews are me call you no boy me and I'm breaking down Sadian. And I'm breaking down. What my evidence is in that. Entina omudi sasen betu da fiti enra. Ni statika se enye no kre. Se judge na nka omo no moka. Judge na nka e omo no moka. Judge crack aside to make appeal. You see, the judicial system is so wide that they know that some people can make mistakes. So they created an appellate court so that anytime the judge makes a mistake, the client or the one who suffered from that mistake can go to the appellate court and seek redress and compensation. So how can a judge say, now what judge I'm granting interlocutory injunction? For what reason? And then you deceive and sway a lot of people abroad on matiti tickets or mobile celebration of life. And when an celebration of life neighbors so live and colored. Mean too many. Mean too many. You go with who tickets now so Cosesano. Now Cosesa Park, you like it, Nabra. 30 days Sunday, yet Jinemu. Nipa 2.4K na waso. Obiasha live ni ma.
Saturday, Sunday. Yet Jinemu original Plaza Hotel. No me
Nobody can stop reggae. You can only reduce the music. You can't stop it. You see volume, won't be stopping you. No. Your boss will be both.
Hey, that's it.
Hey, that's what's up.
Me can't throw on things, so many time. Me brain share investigation. Me can't throw. Because of this case, me say me the plane. Me have a car called commercial. Me the plane. Back. Once I see I got some call. I dare change am okuma. Internet be muka say yes ba wonder. Because mo na like.
Mobile money na da wono. I me say aduma na wa ye no plane sem no. Plane ticket sem Kumasi Accra besram a. Eya mo mfa kwenzi muni mu besram mo. Wo be to say number ne da wono mo a. Or spending more. And the year investigations.
And then me see if you are meeting, my bed now bunting 3.5 hours. Me 2 minutes. Me now. Me security my
500 cities.
Thank you.
Mesra mom.
Me security my me say say me hunu.
And I want to adwuma ne so.
Yeah, but there's a commercial break in the course. Also, yeah, about to also.
Come on, tell. Mesra mom. Send you legal for. Send you. Yeah, no, ya de no kre and a year juma. Ye me tu futuro ngo bi ani. O tu futuro no so so a. O tu ye bia mu sa tra kronkron.
Yeah, Nina me pacho me to why Emma feedback why.
Thank you. Beba machao. Send ye and no kre ebedadie. This is one of the journalists or non-form of a plane flight. Accra to Kumasi, interviews upon interviews. Ukwa the YouTuber, choosing Yesuba, our interviews to go. Kwada kobo bo, ahemfone, abusiafono, enumasem ni bine tiebi. Seek for answers yourself, and now mobi metufu trongweni. And now, monko platforms, papa so. Udu platform, where say so. Not that as I can go to YouTube, Chosi Yesuba, go and seek answers for yourself. Go and watch from the horse's mouths. Interviews new work, Kotiebi, and some I am for no sub chiefs. Any abusia for neka where interview woman.
Oh yes, about no question. No question. Yes, or more horse.
America. Nesia sin kawa. Eka. Di abusia ne ka no. Enu na eye adwuma. Eye do oti abonten ka. Talk is cheap. Obi atibi kasa. Obi atibi so camera. Ene phone se bu. Ene mobile phone sa doso. Obi atibi pekina waka ekasa anyhow. One can find out the truth, and you choose your side. Yanfa a human bro and choose you.
Yeah, cause obia wunsia. Now one feel the wunsia and tell me all the feelings and ya wunsia obafra. What the feelings walking can ceiling and the home. What the free obi? Anna ya di obi di bra akomo obiana. Never. Anna beside Ghana ebia wo badua sana boba. Ebia wo 10, ebia wo 13 oba besia. Won kwagina wa se yemfa obi agapade ma no. Won no aye adwuma hwe ne ma. Enti sa wa wo mkolensia ne de we won't buy it. Yeah, what man
you need mom will be you know. The same, nothing has changed. And then I make no. Show up for me. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Me pay 10 billion. Mama. Nothing has changed about the event. The celebration of life is coming off. There is nothing on this earth. Obama car tells you why. Foul play na bra, or by now, I pack no my over fee. Saturday, they were not and then it's a year. Meno Casa Crango for airport, we remove airport for you, Remusa.
Yes, but Oba, commercial kana my inking Corsica and why she can say no momo no inking kum, my inking. I tell you, the woman.
I know how hard it
about
is.
Honest. About
I see your pet no clear. You have a see no clear. You pay here. First, another of it, and I bet you are, and I know info way. I bet you are without information way. You walk journalists of what one may devote to or more amateur median. Tomato Ushia. Don't hesitate to dash them money. Yes, but a number that I want. Kakrebi will be a bit in just sending the piano. Who send you no comments? Yamae. Oba confirm Yamae. Let's take it and 1 way, Quakra, 20 million. Or
it depended the time, maybe a 3,000. So it depended the time.
What yeah, Van is over there for a patch. Van is there for a no offer.
We go. Chosin. What me? Chosin here. Obi my information is very important. Dan the ho kakra car na isi wechi no car the number no issue. Enti dan ho se be car the number no emma. Car na isi wechi.
Okay.
The vehicle number is showing. Yeah.
Echo.
The modern photo. So echo.
Okay.
So who was here? So who Jimmy said, let's come now. Screenshots. The number. Na yan support Ejumediano. Na yan
is it list well aquana?
Aye.
This way Akwe.
Akwe, okay. List well Akwe, me power show.
As I ever can say Akwe. So much as him, Mesamo, Kakrebianza. You can who send it 15 pounds. Or bet you 3 million, or bet you send 10 million, or bet you send 20 pounds, or bet you send 30 pounds, it depends one thing. It depends one thing.
About winning, Yamia Adma at appropriate time. About winning at appropriate time, Yamia Adma, Abia, and you may and say you mefro. You've been for the past few days. The past few days, you know, trauma, yes, you have film no, and easy. Yeah, me percent program the baby, a baby, yeah, on your page and on your platform, no. You better not about honor, na. What do you become once more into the become once?
Masenya, Makai Bibium. more money, and we are saying all the rumors that was spread about the event, and you know, great.
Question, yes, Independence Way and society, yes, Remo. Why? One movie and society, why? Yes, but was so.
Me say, Omo dream free venue, this one, sir. No, Omo say, celebration of life, no, nothing is stopping it. A dino, you maintain you maintain time, no, you maintain dates, no need days, no. Nothing is changing that. What you say?
Yes, but
Nothing is changing.
yeah, so I'm not forced now. Why? I'm not forced.
Yeah, more sending no Yamisha
We patrol.
Yamisha Muina, more sending Yamisha Muina.
Manager,
I think the problem I question is and conform more different locations. In the moment announcements and then go out here.
Okay.
Because if you say Legon, if you say come on, try to divert.
Location media me pass me jama organizers no matter.
Until we are relaxed for now.
There were two locations. Bakuye Independence Square and Bakuye Legon Stadium.
Okay. Okay.
But news never about Tennessee. Me bahan news I me be Tennessee. Program name Baso with the same name. We are maintaining the same name. You used that lumbe din sanyo mo kika ya church na e bia no ya no pre.
yes, sir. Manager, some country say expand the box no got 10. Why?
Me expand it for 10.
So what's here, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, mommy, need now no.
Yes, but I see Mama. Mama, did you know what you know? Fair, come on.
Enti ebusia penny and now we need a pacosono. A chair say or no one has a way to no go to in 1 year's watch it. It will say a Lumba program. And no be said or bow bebuna gongo, comfort pleasing go. I didn't know the please if one in a chi. Now uncle, so jeans or that's we ebusia penny. How may please if one in a chinongo. And on a trail so on one gas would say a true.
Semu edino listo akwe mo send this kan nyina yeda mas nyankopon hira mo papa nyankopon hira for the past some few days the yenua famu pa no ya kase ye kan wasem sisia aha ensam na o kan nyina bebe wie but appropriate time ne be kan ho asem and yenye no no platform no so pra ye beba oba ho no nti yeda masi want to ask na mo send it.
If I try most pandemic, yes, by my wife.
You're talking about no credit we are back one second. Yes, but your sponsorship from Canada or back Canada. Uncle US. And they are paying America. Well, you should need to send me well, you should need to send me I will be okay, just into us fro. Yeah, that's you. Thanks for the gift. I mean, sure. Just in fro to us.
Just one mute you.
Just one mute. Yanko.
Okay, Ebusha for Yanko back to the letter. from day one. From day one. Almost 13 cents. Momo at the entro air to drag. It is hand thrown on Moody to Janon and confuses some of, a fraction of the public. And the coffin to a tower online in our buy. I may catch him say, Yamubi Wano, Yaya Dream said, yet the Yakuma, and your professionalism better and mere fire fool and your Jumano. Then fire fool near Juman. International Casano. Assembly, I would say concerning celebration of life. Say, Emma, so.
Choosing. Pacho bet me at 10 crass and a mommy mumma a way. In case Sabia, wow, 10 crack. Fair different. I say, feeling in eye glasses. It took a baby in ye. Okay, glasses. I think. Wait, 1 year, nothing a baby out in a. I think they are. Yeah, you I have tried better.
Okay.
I'm not saying for letter to a team woman. Legend for letter to a team man background.
Yes, but all the time, no, from time to time, no. Now the AI and Tumano search, why? AI and Tumano. Now the film. AI and Tumano.
Back to the letter. Yeah, go back to the letter. I mean, break the letter and down fast. Now, if you bank come up, and I may be lines, no be a chain again. If I'm telling you, so we share letter. Ni much say. Our attention has been drawn to certain publications on social media, on social and mainstream media, alleging that the head of family of the Ekwana royal family of Pakusu and Isuta, Bushampeni Victor Kofiusu, has been distilled. So we're no much or no mantias here. I don't know what word distilled. Bushampeni was not a chief. Bushampeni enya hini distilled session. You are supposed to write demoted, removed. Baka said this two da on tia kunya biaso. Abusiapeni akunya din eden. Iti when you now would try now they took public domain. Who did deceiving Crawford because woman Crawford ni being say oh dear or obia I say ahini bi na odi. Voted out exactly. Demoted, removed, sanctioned, sacked. And now be used these two. Let her know more releasing and number 10. No more is this two. It is very wrong. He has been removed. He is not the head of the family. You cannot determine the head of somebody's family with a letter.
Yes, but obviously they receipt. Was no 440 cities.
Thank you. We state categorically that this information is false. In what capacity are you stating that the information given by the family heads is false? Why never was happening? No, he no casa the casa. A man penny for a walk if you never casa and no more casa. Lawyer, ni we are doing a bit in a position of a few penny for a man penny for position. Lawyer, bit now or no, your henny. A bushel for no more bushel penny. You can't show them who their family head is. You can't. Now, show a letter with you. Letter is over be releasing and May 10 p.m. Call to crap on 4. And Katrina release an upper night. Releasing and May 10 p.m.
Never am I receive 500 cities.
Thank you very much. Kamishao. On to Unkwanem. Afemunti Osi. We hereby
how do I put this at the back of the video?
Which one?
On TikTok, like 7%. What's the idea at home?
Ometua fish ma obatu anu nkyere no. Kiwa bayifo.
How you so white? How can you black make you?
Hey,
Tiwa me say. Among for him, oh, being so send 500 Ghana, Yamin Shaw Tilly. Tilly, Yamin Shaw, Omari, trust in why, but over my Yesiba. Why are you inside Yamin Shaw?
If I know what's a baby, I want.
Maybe trust maybe see yes, information. Trust in Gaza. Trust in Gaza.
I'm a one.
Trust in Beomo.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's
Love you. Thank you.
BB Black me, and the camera and him. Joseph BB Black me, the camera and him. Yeah.
Volume.
Yes, we Mama Grace, or no, the Mama Sewechi.
Okay.
Cecilia, ni Sewa de Dilechi. Last one,
yeah. Come on.
Real one.
Madam Grace's husband now.
Madam Grace's husband, yeah.
Okay.
Yabema Suni. Yabema. Good. Abuja phone number. Ohima Esther Suni. Anna. Oh, bra. Mamu beat. Down.
Hey, yes, but when you're fat, yes, but where's my
it's your money. Nothing is stopping the celebration. Wow. Thank you very much. Samati, almost mutie mi pa. Ebushani naba. Enkarani ni
Liga for Mama, Oliga for Mama.
Akosia Sawana no Mamuni. Hi, how are you? Legal husband Suni. Bonana. It's a Bushani Naba. Nothing is stopping the celebration, like I said. Nothing is stopping the celebration. The family is here in their numbers. Omalande, Omuni. Where I will say Masono. Wow.
A couple of them coming from London too.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Muntie brofo, Muntie nini brofo, Muntie.
Another set will be coming. Tomorrow. My grace,
So we ready.
Papa.
Land in the buyer, free it in the buyer, US. Land is America for no. And yes, if you are only near now in Yabusia, I could walk into. And I say the back supporting empire when you say,
and yes, I am with Jano. No. But we now more friends here. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yes, I'm a bush of one way. I'm fair. I'm fair. Yes, it be so bad. It be so bad. Wow.
Yes, but it's almost a sugar fool, man. A sugar fool, man.
Me wa Hawaii, me wa ha.
Can you hear the radio near from was
But are you poised and ready for 28 29? But you want to Madada?
Oh, yeah, I channel to me.
Wow. It's then I'll catch you for Nipa 2.7 2,700
ever cost so live and colored.
Basso live.
Yes, Kristo.
Amen.
I guess if when you want to home.
Hey.
Amen.
Obacho Kasama. I said, Libya. Tebusianini.
I was just waiting for
Curves are curves, heights are heights.
It's no, Yamisha will be Sabe, while my friend was some of the discussing the moon. And I want to see some lassie. Yes, and I'm winning, dear. And I'm with Yamina, with the Namia Pass. Yes, Bampacho.
Oh, now you're catching me. No crabby catch him. Oh, I sent back up and maybe some. Mama said, I didn't know young. Samati.
Wouldn't you do for one friend of Crano? But you are holding a casa. Who better than a casa more than the phone number? It's simple now, but can I say, what to be the compensate? Because one day I got the phone number.
It's your daddy and your ground in the Kenya. Or Donald. Just I won't even be now and need that to obey you, Amma. Since I'm more Casano person Mukebia, no more the Command Dutch, no more Germany into. Wow. Wow.
Yes, open stand you a power bar. And say, I tell so little about the young was saying. And now my so I say to me for a step, the number of my name. At the beginning, the same never received. I was saying, I want them to pay a fancy. Million and
and I was this Omoka Sakra now, Obe Kebiana, or my daddy debt, no more cadet, no one thing.
What's your so guys? So the love was so pure and genuine. Can I go John TV? No, okay, what can you say?
Also, I can't say that. They are catching me. It's where they do consult the woman. Wow. And no one has a man. I'm a person. Of a man and a pen or more tatano.
Yes, for people who are working on one thing, I know you want it. I do it with it to me. Let me send it to you and say, then we can and then because it's a man. Also, the moon is over here. Into one time, you know what I wow. That come over here. I do that. No more common comes to the wow, no more common. Almost all my common time say, no man can come. Now, I'm telling you back, could be no done if they were one of power, but if you were any, and you'll find them a family and you'll go. Wow.
This is so beautiful.
Also, became me.
The mechanism is no more than almost supporting on the 28th. Your family God's daughter, many grace.
Oh, wow. Master, I want it. Oh, wow. We TV with the FFA. Now, I'm say US vibe. Oh, wow.
Yes, Listo well. Yes, I see you. Yes, I see you.
Okay.
You guys are doing so much.
All right. Thank you so much.
Edamasipa, Ebushafo. Once woman on my banner. Omuni, enye tro. Omuni, Ebushafo. Celebration no Basso life. Oh, the main dream venue who me say Basso. Just on say celebration in Basso. The venue questions lady, with the Trasokakra. Basso life. What is it?
Yes, but take advantage. Maybe some questions. Or more, we are willing to back us. I don't know we need come on. Then we come back to the letter. Why?
Okay. The
I don't know, sir. I don't know. Trust me, I don't know if it will be appropriate, sir. Mama Krabeka said, Obeka be after a celebration.
Debbie.
All right.
Are you poised for the celebration? Can you be 2.9K, 2,900. Moferi. Remember this one, Moferi.
Yes, Kasama night will be a Saturday. I mean, I will be a number support.
Yeah. But I'm mobile no more relaxing until you're more relaxed. Right. Now, my famous interview.
Yeah. Yes, but I get back to the donation of Munina de Casano. It seems that in Yabako. A man in donation Yabako.
You like we are in Kasawai. Yes, back as Antumano and Tumano, a year or more dear now, more day channel. And Tumano,
and Tumano no motion, no Davino. They're Davino no motion, no motion to
Yes, Bobby, baby.
Any more time.
Yeah, it was any
to money like
you can get open your floor by Tiwa. Why?
Catch them. We are
Share program is no more be away no. Okay.
And to man say.
Oh, you be well.
And to man will you cry out more than the AI? 70. And
me when you black panther paso. When you black.
I feel no almost.
If I crash.
Aye. Me and you me man and
What to
No.
yeah, come on, baby,
I'm also the.
You know what? Please. Oba fa number no. Nsa be kai here. North Canadian number no. And so who come say na ikro
antenna. Who TikTok antenna how many biago?
Oh, Debio, anonya TikTok antenna. Yeah, TikTok antenna, but enya say how de biaka. Ye besramo. Wa pe bibia ye fast. Nyesa antumano esano no. Wa pe bibia who TikTok antenna. Enyesa esa ho be chiro. Anase Gomez Kumasi so Kumasi dia contact Gomez ubenye bi. Epa mo chao.
Achanko full screen recording teachers in May we no na only film so why.
What does that mean? Full screen recording.
Like go yeah, definitely. So go for so your screen e big.
I don't screen recording and na or they children na na watch.
There be like family normal one that make us say go full screen recording in case of omunim said almost what.
Okay, privacy. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I know munim said almost so maybe.
Okay. I think okay. Yes, but I think so. What when you be real be brain, oh, be more privacy. Not don't be no by ya. Sunday. And over 28. The bachelor in Sunday. I can location or I think so also be confirmed.
Location na the or the two flights na seno. Eno Emma so ana invest.
No, now what I say on want to be my into the abusafo na ba mbeba out abekasa or train omo. Ti train na omo ma pese ba ko yemienu na afi e kone ye koka na afi be sesa ya no. Ti please.
So we camera ni free.
No, I think so yes but one thing, right? One thing, you know. She's a member sending a message your mom away.
Hey, good year. Oh,
hey, Nana could say here.
now, so over her.
Never watch. That's my train, I cry, baby. Yeah, but and why now? We'll help with you.
Why did you never go to Bosso?
Aye. Yes.
Hey, what about you?
I know I fucked up, but letting you know the power you have over me.
Oh, ni video na esi. Oh, wakati yo. Enehe, okay. Me who say ayi aba life. Me enfa ono nso nto aso. Me monitor nti omo babaki ana ya fa omo ebi mu ato aso why. Oh, bonum. Okay.
Ebrenaso. Eto da bia ya na niam bi ya me ya. Eto da bia ya na me su. Eto da bia ya na me di agreho. Eto da bia ya na me hu bia menye. Ya na ensem hye me so. Celebration of life na ebaso. Ebaso unabated. Obia ntimi nka bibia ntire. Obia ntimi intimidate yen. Obia ntimi nnu na. Onua a wo hwe me na wutie me. Emu obia nnu na wate. Emu obia ntietie ofa ahodie so. So wo bio uni bio onyame ne bo sabi ebo anumre no nsia no onyame ahyase e hyehyɛ di obedie ebo anopa no nsia no onyame ahyase wo hu se ne ba ne twi ne mu Enti senya me wa ade papa bi di mam no wa ne pa bi ma anti no ade akye a obemu wadidi wate anya bie kura no ubedidi mpire no ansa na ade akye e kire se enidaso e wo homa men kan wa no aduru na nya wo ho bone isansa abrabo aye boy obi de ba no pa obi de ba awia obi de ba anwumre obi de ba na dwo dasuom and then Miss Radin Macam for Radiama say, baby, I would you should be a Radin Chimel, Nemra. We are seeing Nipa be dear Penicia, Nipa be dear Rehuo, no to me for to me or raw cow for Betty. And that was young Quano Mamma, dear say, Mansa or Mana to Mamansa or Malcolm. Mammy Mansa,
Okay, wabanti muma yemfa no why?
And for this suma a radia sukasa, a radicasa, and for the woman.
And the other way be slow.
Hey, I been for you, I been for. As you Yamikas, you wouldn't bever. Just one share more man. Now you know more honey now, be right. One share. From Chobia, Momotin so say. At least share many pattern. Why? No mean right. Me baby ye, if a boy and you na Lumba, na the sister no more last one.
Or bonum the ampacho. Me fa wa intino.
Jisu.
Umi enko NDQ wo wi ana yaba. Eka kra me monitor.
Na dwai. Me de ni suo nko na me beti ye, ni suo smatade ye. Asam no awreho. I'm watching you from Gaza. Hey! Palestinian for what is a Gaza for? What law is that? How can one selfish person try to stop someone's sister, uncle from their celebration? The celebration of life is coming on live. It's coming on live. This Saturday and Sunday. Good. NDK, thank you for your good work. We are winning. And I'm making test messages. Hello, my dear. Find Mr. NDK. I'm watching you. Oh, Gaza Makano. I also chill out the abra. Me pa cho hin na show me free. Who show me free him. TikTok. Mr. Amu amu chire ankre. Ya amu nyane na why. Me twa mu ankre dada. Why? Ya amu nyane na mami. God bless you and bless you too. And I'm making a message in kakran stand machine to media nasi. Hello from UK. UK from Chrome. Hello boss. Wasi amen. Obi anchani di emra. Hey! Ebuakwa. Ai, uni kofi osu na tie wo. Ai, udi ebuakwa watching you from Albania. Adi. Watching you from Ebuakwa to be precise. Hey. Amsterdam Ebuakwa. Hello from GH. That's a Ghana. Hey, Ghana they are saying Samsung Club. Ghana, you say no kura ba kukura ni wa, you say no kura ni biasi wa ni apenachi na tu. No kura. Yeah. Watching you from there at Matim, Lumbas Junction. Rosebotten, why you na? Lumbas Junction at Matim. And you're back will be idea. Watching you from US. I'm watching you from. Yes, Nana. Attentive way. Ne atre Greece no. Attentive bape ne Greece. Odi atna Netherlands, Amsterdam. Na esa wo ebuakwa. Confuse be to mu na am wo hu. Onso na ho ofa o ye broni. Confuse di bejire gina wanwumre na behu. Wasi the number. Oh, what's it? The number on document Self isn't their name. Shame on Baba Jamal Association. When we are criminals, when we are Kwanfo, lawyer near or didn't number better why any Juma. Why are Kwanfo a day and I'm saying Becca test messages Nina. The other travel be a Becca, ye Kaya near Tiesim, and then ye never Tibetua to Pabo Mitunyami, Majene Juma, Fati. Messimo see a lawyer's not canta home. Kakanta wom. Abusia panyi foforo ba you are welcome all the way. Wa ba no near two for say e mesika mediwanim. Said ya woti wa wonwinwina. Wa funu nyina hihye no wala so onim na betra na bagige abusua a eduabo. Bra ya bra say unim na ba ya rough. Na ma no nwene no. Ka odi obehye ho akomfo. Odi onim nti. Ye kanfo nyina na ye di ka say atufo. Celebration of life no eba so. Oh, Mr. Munim live band, no, ya Munchinium ni bimra me na me na me pese abonum ni adiasa. Esan say, asem papa bi amati this celebration of life no. Obi antman stop we. You can't intimidate us. We are many, we are doors, we are doors same. No craft for no doors same control for no. And then ya be bonum wa ha ya be gi ani. Ni atodum ya be to ayampia, ya wa jimi ya be ka chance wa jimi do e kwase ya be ka so e kwase ya. It's a Bible kakwasia on to send me. Yeni abre. Celebration of life. And then Michelle Kusia bring poma. Wo dia sa akosia. Utimu se mami wo super. Muma akosia bring poma me dia sa. Celebration of life. And then I'm not going in anya day. And tinko form. Meni abre. Me tu chenu. A challenge to me. A challenge to me mami beauty ni ma. E mama ho ofene ma. Esa na guess no muchuma me ni nyina no mu dwane. Me hye chene sa. Wo msi me se obi a medi 100 years. And then Mrs. So me age pa na me papa catch me. And then me papa birthday. Or catch me, send me after I'm 35 years. Send me a very young. And to me 18 for no a bayery. Ayebi, oh sorry. Sarah Donko. Oh sorry. Oh Sarah Donko sre. Na minyawa. Minyawa, we know your back here, some. Cute to pa. Was it cute to buy? Rose Martin, mania rough for her. Me papa then or catch them was saying, Nana, 35 years. Sammy Nini could and a Maya Missassa Manin. Ready for me, pa. Muti was ready. Mister, I'm ready for you, pa, and and Kayawa day, if you are the Meminda, and an equestiada, and Kabatis and Maconish. Antiapas. Hey, what's it? Are you handsome now? I have me a day. Usha me a day. We are me a handsome. Usha me and Timina handsome. Why are you handsome? Why, bro, we are are you handsome? Now, me, baby. And koto crowd so beautiful. Press la tabran koto. Can be old than you. 35 years. Sanam papa katre me. Et na mana mo 80. And then your power obviously very handsome. Your power of 18 for Obi Anfan from 18 years to 35. Obi Anfan number I'm interview. University either. You are very handsome. 35 years. And am I ready or do my 36 years? Me papa say, me age is 35. And I mean my ready or do my and you want to say 36 years. Abroso. Hey, Abroso. Abusha from them you won't come on me, Munya Butre. A group near the BI Syria, near the BI and Como. You bet yes, you're ready. So I know, chair me back. I'm gonna add Nana, be careful. Before Anti-Fred Rice. Divorce you. Rose Martin, just me off as well and make us when himself to you and Marty. Me any fried rice. Me any fried rice. Fried rice so I made it. I don't know about you to me so him. Obi a wakwadi mu ayi abusuama. Oya me yere. Oya me yere second na me yere me be yi. Me
No,
yere mo fa say.
no, oya ne be
Fried
you
rice.
man
Oya
no.
me yere. Oya me nua ba. What it? God bless you, NDK, for the good work. Kudos and bravo to you. Thank you. Say Greek nika say bravo. Nature say obo abaso. 35 years. Yes. 35 years. Ehu enya 35 years. You better be birthday, Tina. Tina ehu birthday. 35 years. On some me want for pa me glasses no. Em na ya ne mam say. Em na ya ne mam say akokra no. Na atia faso. Mo hwe mani wada ba.
Oh, okay.
Me hinti ate say druben.
Hey.
Nipa nyina te say ya nua ba ya. Aye. Akwasi brimpoma o. Enkanye ni say ye bre. Mami akwasi brimpoma ye sisi na mana ye me ya. Ene wo osa no. He. Mo de munya butre. Ye ba o mi gada momentum. Me pesa udi bi yesere ene wani giye. Metimi asam wo susisi ya. Ehu. Yankwai. Mo fa messages ni mra ba bi a twa mi fire. Ne yantinsim ni ani nkomo no. Mo ni yantinsim. Mo twetwe mra ntentem. Mo twetwe mra. Rose Barton, o me wa fa se no kra na mka se wanim se apotowe am no. Sanya me wa fa se pa ne wa. Kameka cho se wanim tutu se nkruma nkwai.
I see you looking like grandma.
Share.
I see you looking like
Ebayiri lawyer party. Umotuam tintin se bantman ni asafo. Wa fun se ko dan tomatoes. Oh yeah, lawyer se o pon Ghana nyina yawo. One said now press conference na be na amiagu ho. Wa pon woni baba Jamal nyina mo ya kwonfo lawyers. Mo ya kwonfo
my life.
Sibona be chi mo awie. Akwonfo lumba japade nti na mo yesa. Na lawyer be kra na e patapa sei. Abusie si ayimadi. De obefa mo no oni wo biem. Sel lumba ne fa wo. Se abusie panyi ne be fa wo. Ni abusie panyi so ani wonya adwuma biem. Lawyer fati se wo musu na ni abusie panyi nya adwuma biem. Ayeka. The name is NDK. It's not MDK. It's NDK. Oko follow ya no ya kromfo no abonwa. E dia buru ya nkwa na ya buru. Aha NDK Studios. Yeni abre se krodom. Aka akra bi no matiasim. YouTube fo ani ti na minti simu no. Omu number na me hwehwa ne nson. Let's go. Ehin na wo hwe mi free. Ain't now show me free, ain't now cheer me free, Yanko. Watching you live from Virginia. Yanko, Bobia family, Mommy and Kwadi and Shasie. UK for Chrome. Watching you live from Switzerland for me, Mamuna Makwaba. Paris de France. Paris for Mama. Hey, to Kwanimwa, Lotabromois, du Kumasi, du Lumba, Casquette, le Pamois, de Funra. Tukwani, hey, Austria for an Australia no train, California, Atiafaso, Yankwai, California for Chrome, you will Chrome, Yankwai, California for you, Omuti, Yan Yakrano, Italy for Accra for Montreal, for the Miami Fiona friend, Italy for from to Italy, from Italy to Australia, Australia to to Holland, and to Amsterdam, and a for them to Aso, and a for Bapa, America, watching you live from UK, watching you live from Athens, watching you live from New York City Light, New York, the Bantima and the France and the Parcoso in the New York. Watching you and they are quite lele. I go na a higher NDK Studios. A higher NDK Studios. Obiamra, Mumra Mumetie, Amsterdam Foi, Holland Foi, Germany Foi, UK Foi, Italy Foi, Ghana Foi, Mumetie. Mumra, Mumetie, and Sampanaba. After the Ebeshet Mediana Semedamunina Masi. Some told me Safra Mumaba. When Yankupon Shiramo, and the Abafan Makumako, and some never fan mako. Atifiasem. Lumba's legitimate family, Reparations, Baba Jama and consort. Atifiasem nani yakekano. That Lumba's celebration of life is coming on in Accra. And Lawyer Fati wet. Lawyer Fati soon. Then you Guyase. And Abusia Penny speaks. The new Abusia Penny Kasa. Daddy Lumba's nephew, Kofi Lumba, goes to cemetery. Yet Neko Samampum, Yakusiem. Faustina Fosu cry bitterly. Now I know Huntinelli sooner with the home. And Akosia Brimpamas done. She danced Manse Uma, Achuma Mansa, Umeku. And you ma Akosia Brimpama decide. I think some of your betri. You better find Naposu. And then I have a year. So her headlines now, they buy now. Both I am Pia Wumpa. I am Pia take 75%. Lawyer Fatimunyi. Lawyer Fati, Obisimin can't tell us, Sissy Sakutumpo. Obisimin can't tell us all your bed, Timmy, for Obisu your background for, and Yamana Miko. Yasu what Timmy, Yasu Crasa Unikum. Yasu Nanta Bruce school fees. Nanta Bruce Trey Akati, Lawyer Fati. We are poor to the and Quasia press conference Nabayan. What Timmy? Unimunyansa. Obian ordinary Sambabra Musemuni, we are from we are criminals. And we are Munchaman Ameba, Minum Suaba. Maria Abua, when you do Yamina Prana. And then Mammy can't tell us when Yamia said I a baby. Said you me free me moon. Enemy mua di no e de awurade ase no minim se sa na so be de awurade ase awurade ampene so wa ma otamfo no amfa ne se anya ha na ma ma otamfo no wanyaw wo bubu amu se jata wo present ko be sel wo ma usudie nanso awurade nti tumi ni moja nti wo da so ye okrati asefo nipa bi susu se nka wo nka busumi wei enka enso e wo se wu nanso awurade atewo odimafo bi bompa ya man obi intercede man obi di wu nkomo papa bi kire obafo bi a wo twam obi ka hu asem papa bi kire obafo no na obafo ni cha na ni be hwew enti wo da so ye okrati asefo boni be kuma bonefo womu a womu di mra susu se womu nuanom na timra so womu papa num na timra so womu namfufo na timra so womu nuanom ya mpanimfo womu nuanom wa abamu womu nuanom kabie womu nuanom ya sikafo sikantimi ntonkwa ebra ne so anaso sika wo ba bia ya adwuma koduro na bribe so uji a ewo nsunsanso ene ensakase na gene ensakase ne ya twafiri wo awurade amane basa franka ne so ene hiafo ne mobrohunfo wo ma na ko mu nibie wo ma na nsem fata wo mu no wo ma ya gi wo mu pankofiri wo mu nsem no awurade adane ama wo mu celebration of life is coming on and any day dikaya no say akosu abrempoma asere asem papa bi a matie ene say akosu abrempoma asere aroho okasa wo kan enyeyi lawyer Fati ede na wo pre ogidie lawyer wo TikTok wo ye press conference our TikTok ede na asi ede na aba ede be na aba se udi obi asem nipa na gu ene na busu apanyine be faawo ene ye tu abusu apanyine na foforo aba wo se wo unima asem ti onka no kurento na onye adwuma it ends there. It ends there. Wasi wani wunya adwuma biem. Abni wabusu apanyi se wani cross na ninyi court case mo. Wasi nsem ni nyina wadi ba na boboa no. No abehwehwe ho na yelumba yere. ayeka mami chamo so nipa bia kɔbɔ koro no a ɛyɛ no osusu bɔ kwan ne sɛ de ɛyɛ nche no na ya wɔn hwɛ ni bonkum hwɛ ni fa sɛ enkwanta wom on sɛ kofi usu ɛkɔyɛ sɛ jimisam ne koro ne sam yi enyina atia na busua no wankaya hunu sɛ ɛyɛ mmerewa bi na de ne si so na mmerewa no betumi asa yɛ adwene sɛ akoya de ne si so yi no wo ha no ogigi opɛsi okuyan enti ebetu no wantwehwɛ saa de no enka wanyɛ de ɔyɛɛ no enti mmerewa no ehunu sɛ afɛ de wo ho meti ewiase nyina atwa omada pa sɛ wo mu yɛ mmerewa bɔne wo mu yɛ mpanyin bɔne ada na wato wɔ na nipa baako atake mu for ransom ana mmerewa ne ka wo mu ho mmerewa ne ka wo mu an wo mu yɛ wo press conference sɛ Kofi Usua no nya adwuma biem ana wo mu sɛ ne kɔma ɔhene no ana ɔhene ne endorse yɛ Kofi Usu na adwuma asa wanyene wanya fast sɛ ade a me kɔyɛ yi ɛyɛ abusua bi na de me si soɔ enti sɛ abusua ne ka sɛ wo mu ne me nya adwuma biem a me di dia mɛyɛ enti sɛ me dwene me bɔtɔm a ɛwɔ sɛ me nwene abusua ne ho Kofi Usu antimi anwene enye sense kromfo bi ekwa akokum nipa akogye ne ka wonye se police ne tete ho wonye se CCTV camera bo ho wone de asiri tim se wokoye no enu an okoye ho Kofi Usu di abusua ne nya biye ye no se na chigu ho Kofi wachigu ho kase wachigu ho se na Kofi Usu wachigu ho Kofi bedi awuo na chigu ho Kofi kromfo na chigu ho sawuba na unu sa kura no moto amu hye da ya tuntum a ne awu ni fiada opekura akunu wanhwe obaba batwitu akunu obi a ya wu ni fiada bia ne moto amu ya tuntum wankoto aka do mpipa ho so ya be ma anya ma so ya be ma wankoto aka do mpipa ho sa unu obi a ya wu ni fiada no opagya no moto amu na wo ya se tum ukuno anya so obaba bekun moto am tuntum bi diawu matuam tuntum bi diawu wo bia ya wu ni fiada so pagya no matuam na ya tuntum a wo ye wudini achi se Kofi Usu Kofi matuam tuntum wo matuam tuntum se kane abodam tete wo kane na ya so na bodam a na ntuma ba ni di trade a obo se na kade a shade ni mo ayetum sana Kofi Usu ni matuam tuntum se train a ya di bidie na spake kwa siampanyini aboa kuramfo ene obo akroni se wadwane me beka jam se Kofi Usu adwane enkade ka busu apanyi ni wa ne kasae no ko no so abeto ayampia wo ni ba media wanim tantan wanim se mpampa hwi aguti afim kwase ampanyini afa de wo se abusu apanyi ni otumfo ne wo so otu no okwase ugimi utibon nkoso nananom se aboa ne kwase wo dia wo didi mama China atem ugimi se wo na wo kire asante amane ne amamre se wo kasama nananom aboa ne amane ne amamre be na onim enai utu ada ho ugimi se krezi ahwi agufom okwase ampanyini bukumai ba sorry me so papa ya bukuma me ni dinatam no papa bukuma no ene de no wiawia amane ni kobi wo ye kwase agimifo onim nyansa wo ye aboa mu aboa ma obi andi na inachi mu amaso scribe no mu nyina mu nsa na chidie mu nsa na chidie agro na so eni braba na kwa me eni braba o papa me ntimi no nkasa eni braba yet your life ye adwuma ni gidi ani braba adai mesi wo bibiara wo hyehye so begu abusua wo enman senyame ye na ade a oto ne bo ase no ye no woni brem no ye ne fefefe onyame na ekasa onyame na ye na ade no onyame wo sinne akosua brem poma no mosuo che mama China no mosuo che mama Georgina abone yare ofe apokukura de obie na no onye enne awurade ahyase se o kasa abusua ne ho na ye nkakra ofane boa wonto ne ntam se ne nyame ye na adwuma omubroni bi ba abisia bia ye didi a odi aduane ne sempropro ano ma memfa wanhye unkran se awurade de wo ye na ade woni bremu no oto ne bu ase no ye ne fefefe modi am se seria ne ani gie bia eboboba no abusua no beba bedam ase se ma konkoten mo amusun ye mo amwira hu ye mo amuto ba ha mo amukoda hospital mo asasabre mo no mo pressure duro no awurade se wa pagya ne nsa na oye na ade a oto ne bo ase na oye ne fefefe mo enu a lawyer fatin manim guase a mo begiye mo nkoken kai de ye lawyers no so atwere ama wo mu yesi wo mu telephone number na wo so no kra no wo fra enko telephone number no Accra and circle number enye adwuma na me pa ona me de adwuma bro am wa ya ujimi o number nya adwuma they are criminals wo mu ya kronfo lumba japade anti ana no wo mu yesa lumba japade anti ana no wo mu yesa wo mu ya kronfo they are criminals wo mu ya criminals they are criminals lawyer Fati Baba Jama and Nabusia wo mu ya kronfo celebration of life is coming on. Celebration of life is coming on. Awurade asiesie seria di sha busana from eniama say ya nyina awurade si wo ye ne ye ha wo nyame agya oba ne won konkudim eniama nyina ba totoye asha awurade di animonyam Jesus dilimu
no your friend is saying akuma no
be say eniama nyina agusu a ekwaye enamuma misikatuo me say eniama nyina yasie kofia wie ekira ya gi ahome na de chie memenda ne kwasiada atuamu taso de ya de kobaso ya de kobaso akwasu abrimpama besere akwasu asewa besere ofaya apoku besere mama china besere abriwatia besere obi bia tibliga of husband and the supporters muamu wachire nyina mu besere nobody can intimidate you. Nobody can intimidate you. Obianu obetuma intimidate you. This oma hunkwai. Said the judge and family adwuma. Said the Ghana by family adwuma no. Se panyini tata boni wa ebedwama akura so tatu mpidi ya panyini ma no to yura. Ti ebena mi boni e. Se panyim boni tata boni e wo bedwama akura so tatu mpidi e de pamu panyini. Eti mutaboni na mutani wa court wo mutaboni na mutani mamuom mutaboni na mutani Ghana no yesu ye bekwa kugina wan yesu ya tatwin etabia nsentabia kwasiafo timifo muni munyansa sepen mu ye ne seso epen mu boni a enkura yesu ye beye na mafra enkura boni atika atipo ma obi ansuro mu amuwa Ghana mu mpam ntima wampam tima na bokola ye nyina ye kwa kwasiam celebration of life a basu life obi antimi sisi obi emu obi nwonwo lawyer Fati onye lawyer oya kronfo ba enti no ni kru no onye lawyer wo mu press conference on ba ni nyina no enkosi hui wo mu telephone number kra wo so ma try enya adwuma o frati pum enya adwuma that means enkame mo mu case enkame ami mo mu case so wo mu nkodi mi ahwe so mbetimadia me frɛ number ni pum na wajimia na osu obi abefa lawyer nipa nebu wokɔ na busu apanyin na obefa yatunu na ose wa na ehunu se wadwuma asa wo akwadina ose obi molum badin ya hu se papa shi muri papa shi dia mutano ye papa shi wa ya mudai ya hu se papa shi di lumbadin Judicial nyame betua oka wo a oka asasam wo ye funu ma me hwɛ ne din na me meka sani pano say papa CJ me say Baba Jamal na why stupid man muna musuro no me dey musuro no apu maybe be sua baba ni apu legapu muna mo be sua muna mo be sua muna me say me hwehwɛ aba ene aha be kudu say yi no mo dey muntie o bufu sem na so fo aso fam me bufu utia wakoma behuru na so fafa me di be make me case muntie
Sianya me wa me beka shaman for the say court no anya she emra or the tabo and injunction at celebration of life so enti wa be event center and say high event center bi obema ho kwan say wo ba bia Yeah, a lawyer for never be do what she said. Now they be ever found I say a year now, more than it. I say year and done it. A different form be. Remember, I be do what next content of court. Into park and all the rent you. Event center. For once I would celebrate it. Yeah, also. Also, say, yeah, celebrity, Mami Akusa Shindla Fusu, say, I go celebrity, Papa Shio, say, of Fire Popo, say, Mami Bim Pomao, Cotton Anya Shemra, and Cotton Mouse, when you see this. It's one.
Monsa Fati no anu wi no anu wi Fati asema waka no anu wi no anu wi ntina so dia fa abutretie sometimes yam fom so and say ye tamfo kasa ne abuafu ye se ntie but sometimes o tamfo kasa na se wutie a wutimi nya abawum monsa fie so snega be ka kire say wa frɛ di wo hwɛ oh Independence Square ni say one far hon high ma munyina be platform so nka kire mu plain say ye fia so snega be kan na e no kore omdi ho kyeye ba say na ye trick anti Captain Smart be ka kire say ye call police be crash here it was true say specifically no there be a be ye ne pa no akoye be trick kora ntina mintimi mudin no me ka no kora kire mu de binum babu bodin na mu de rubehu ebetima ba say afedi wo mu de ho be mayen ana say ebe kolekon ana ebetima ko be kura foforo me na me ka te ba ye be ye ne de wonyo mu ba kai amra ne e ba be ye lumba na otwe no me kire mwade mu kai ade be kire me aye no ene mu pam ye so mu ye nye se mu be kai a by that very day na ye ba be ye no ade be kire me aye na enya ba bi no etimi siesie wo kama ekoye ma ne ye fe nti be sire mu memu obia ba mu enti na ya na news bi o empese be break amamu na me dia meka no kure na kire mu me si ba bi ye no ekoye be tre nyanyi mu ba ko na ye ka kire mu si ye be ye ne nkran be bibia sesan ne betima ba say Independence Square ho no nye ho nti me ka kire mu se sometime o tamfo kasa e wo se unya abutre na wutie tie no wutie na wutie ni ya betima yi bibia free na sem no opon also ayi watamfo no Captain Smart bit no mobile police be crash mu ye be kum ye be kum no wo ka no kore na so ye tan nti ye mfa asem na wo ka no esi asem afia so snega be kan en wo ye tamfo ya na sometime nyame hyaw tamfo so me ka asem nkyerɛw sometimes nyame hyaw tamfo so me ka asem nkyerɛw Mama testimony ba ku bi ansa na matoa ayi fatim kwes me ni obi nya asam kokot na obi wo asam ni mu a wo di adanse ye ya adanse kurum ana me ko bom paye ana nya me se men ko kan kire de me ni na nya asam ni wo court ne se sa asam so nya kire de nya me so obi kum wo mu obi kum ni se ni pani nyina wo de imagine asam we be sound wo asum ti se jimisem obi a wo ni na nya asem wo akobon pa ya wo si nyame se ko se ni pa no wo ka kire ne se obeku nyame ansum obi o se wo a wo ni na nya asem no ko no and I went me koye na ni pa no o sere me wo ne nkura da me fo na ni bi esiye nipa na wo di adansi krumu no ne ka akonya accident wo ka so akwa ne so wakọ so police station akọ report actually statement o ko police da na chi akọ akọdonso Omukọ ene wo buda ho. Eye me masam na me kan yo, me nkase wo bi. Eye me. Omukọ ene nipa na buda ho. It is sometimes nyame betima soma watamfo anim. Fa akokoduo ne nam ye ne ko. Nyame na asoma fia so asene ga ne Captain Smart. So mu meka nkyere ne ye na ye nso. It is some beka ya, me ti asam no me begina aka say Papa shin mu mfa receipt ye kire say yakwa akọ high ho no. Emrami ansana mima dia tumaka say ye be Independence Square by the official nigga ni Jimmy ene ni ho hin ni nsa wo buru so ye krama irinti ni ampesi ebetie asem no so no kura wo enti duru bire bia ayetie wo kura adwuma wo to eduru bia otamfu ni di nkomo ya afo aso to fom eduru bia aya na de onpe una asem bi o so mpe wasem ba bia wo kɔ ne yekokum na wo ka asem a kyerɛ wo te waso na tie enye ne nipadua ne tie asem na firi na no mu ba no ubenya pobi wo nyame ene piapia wo mu ema nsem na nka afia so asnega asem a judge aka kyerɛ okokuam de na ode beto abonten se ni bisi ka wo se utie na mu ani da ho enke etie ne ye ne etu ho na mo ne kɔ attack judge na ka asem no kanura na nka finish case ana enura chi nka finish no sometimes the own penasem the otano bi wo chiriw the onyo obeku no odi nkoma fo aso to fom na tie na obenya bibi wo endi kemia na meka kyerɛ wo me sometimes womu di atambie womu kanye menye womu yetan womu yenyan womu onwunu mayen nanso sie nasem na woka no woka bibi akyerɛ wo nyame na awo na tikɔ na me kobo ni pana mane yese nyame se de omode mi mu yeme no mo anya ye obekumu no mo sire me twetwetwe because yenim se ni wo nyame ade achi adanse kurumu ni no wawu before so obewu so wo fra me kan sam no se de omasi ahihye ni nyina ma me record no ana me record no ade achi ya no wuye ye wo nyame o abusuafo ye wo nyame utumfo nwanwane bi no kware yonko na so ka ne ho no ma ne ho so a me say esum achi e wo sere esum achi wo sere abusua wo mu ato wo mu bom sam na wo matimatu no wo mu ato wo mu afemre bia ni ho e ba chichire wo mu bi emre bia nti dia faati ye no eyejimi mu dia mu nya abotre ni ntie no mary prime mako wabodam on se faati hu se apamseyefo munyuma nyina ayekwa apamseyefo munyuma nyina ayekwa ye judge na kasa so on se wo madwuma na si se odi akosua se wedding akosua brempo medin ofoya apokudin a epese mi musa faati se wono akosua se wa anom no oye wo mu lawyer na woye den uso ye abusua panyin lawyer atabna lawyer kojofusu lawyer kojofusu wowu wokọ abusua panyin na ode no mo bedwan na ewo no wono so yayi nadi enti se wo ya atabna lawyer enti se atabna ana se wono so okoye celebration of life wa opa na do kwase contempt ni no ujimi emema na ya na yesi akokọ na se oba so timi ti o ma asen akokọ si a na cheso wanchimi pa na bi kura na adware kura unyare bi wo ye fun lawyer mu nyina kwaye nso hwe wo na aweye wa chimi kura ma munya abutre na munti mo fuma so nfam me sin na mi gina wo mu kon so me nsuru obi a wo wiase gisi owu nso e baba akopɛ e ba mekɔ he wo mu ya kronfo dia criminals wo mu ya criminals mu de munti ye no
kwanko emrinso e ba so wo mo tontontoma key holders ni t-shirts na yi no a daddy number DLD ya register dada wo mu nyina no
o say ya na lawyer Fatima se wode otan na kasa ana munim se wode otan na kasa emra na ya daddy number 1 week no o ma no mo ton sa na e ma no lawyer Fatima wo hin sasa tam nya na elumba lawyer na wo hin na wo hin no obi a se celebrate akosi abrempo ma akra abeche ne contempt awurade ma me wo jimi pa o sa baba wa wo ya popo bibiri anya no yetu abusua panyin na no hu se efie ne asase na nke de be man abono enti na adwuma o ye nyina o ma ye adwuma na to agu o mu anya akatua sa akatua bi so o agi so mkoyira abusua panyin o mgimi sika bi ko lumba abusua we ama me bom pa e ya abusua panyin e na bom pa lumba abusua emfa nko so mo kwa stop obi e ofi osu e na bom pa ona mo ni hwibom abusua panyin o timi ka se obeton lumba japade e dia ye yi he what bi wo wiase da so obi awu ami aton na japade dia ye yi ena omudi ne odene ho kobo wo mu abo wo mu sa na nyame ye na dwumo kromfo ko wiade a eya wo hwe nachi kromfo bie ko wiade a wo hwe nachi enti wo se onwi a obedan no so oba no nachi kwansi ya che no ya che mo ehu ya che on se press conference ya mo yi nyansa be ni wo key holder hey fati me ton entmani bi me din di ndk mo se mo beto ahye so na wa nka wo mpie mfiri me fie na nka wo na mu nyina ahyeso ka wo behu ka de beto ka wo nka wo nye lawyer adwuma biem wonim sefu na ayira
wo nyina no ye baba mo so ba ko enti no say pese bia ba ya kama ye nyina ye ni mraso na ye nyina obi anya na so
everybody and some for him fati na fati sa press conference wo koye ye dey ya ndk nyanwa wo tutu sesere ne abase me ko hia ba ko bi nso na be ma no wo mu na e kasa wo ye fati mum yentie be ma no jimifo no so
yesanso ehu se papa she ene ne pound
ya wo ya wo mu jimi o mu kasa nyina na o mu nkrofo na etu frawa ne ajatama wo mu monsa mo TikTok fo dia mi ye nyina monto hwi mame monto hwi mi ami kanyansa se mo di kodu wo no wo mu jimi ye o mu kan nyina ya tuma wo mu ya tuma wo mu ya tuma en koma mi boy eni nsem pintin kwa enuma mi tuma mo dia mi mutimodin aduma ne kura me pon amejaye mutimodin sofu preaching se e preaching ni kanwa utu kora shi gunu nase e jinja sofu no mane hye wonkom andi ka me betina mo be mu akwansa gade wo ya mu ya ne de ya na ya asama ye kan yo kan sempa ni dia sempa ho me kwa me ya sorry no correction me ya sorry no correction boni ben mayamu asori ma boni ben na mayamu boni ben mayamu boni be pa na ndike die nipa be ya na miye no kura bi ya sheto kuro bi ya me de bramo asam ne tise die me kwa koyi aba no kura obi asuro obeka bi ndike beka Jesus sofu no e kasa asori ma mumfa sika gu me na ase ansa na moto ade na moya misa enka preaching ni jiram no na moto asibo moto kwakwa dobi moto che moto bibi ajata na moto preko moto kuo preko da bi preko di semichi asori me betre sisa mama preach sa ani apon ensuo kura mo mfa bi mesite ebusu na sofo ano etramo anu nsuo hwa kwa jimi a otiwa wo jimi ne nkrofo wo bia wo ka jimi samo wo ka kro no sam ne nkrofo ne tugu no sisa eno tina efa wo mutirim anu wo mukeka nsemanso mo to mu so na fa mutirim na secret ni nyina menyimu ho mo to mu so na ndi ke sunya bieye kwa menya bieye mo to mu kwa menya bieye so afa munya moso na muntie wo mu nkwasea press conference no mu yeye na mendi kodi wo mu ya menhyira mo asori men so se mo so omre pa munim ne ye enso ya munye ene obi ntu jata asori we nkwa na obi ka se sofu simi form na me matu jata ma wo kwa o ma asori bi wo kwa o ma asori bi mu de o mu mienti ofu
yesanso ehu se papa she ene ne pound for diska online say the yesem
modia mun kanya misu asem abusuafo am wo ha say starting say ton yentima ya gigi sika ya de bekwa akofa ye ka ya gigi sika ya de be yegwe aye we mun kanya misu asem mon se papa shi wo bie na no abagi sika ibida enso wo tan ene ahoye nti wo se wo mon se papa shi agigi sika papa shi mpa ebo no ene na anya wo mu no hwe wo ye otiri wo turu kan se ayi what they say okra dey nkruma nkwa e dia be na eto si nkruma utiri uturu ka se o yere gu for mwate osia po ye tese o
vision of life ye fam se nobody enana edaso akaniba lumba estates enam edekanga intino ne e wose Yes.
Hey, Moche, was this a Kabiba, a Becca Lumba estate? And I'm Antony. And go funny, and you will be ton Lumba Japadiano. As someone okay, and I tin a manti. As some mantiana. Was this a Kabiba, a Becca Lumba estate, and I'm anti. Ah, there be Mummy and tea.
Emma Portolo. Emma Portolo. Ekama Papa Shilling pound for a Lumberdin and Anna Edaso. I tell you why Lumba Estates and Edekama.
And Profu Muntiani, Omunia Lumba Japadi on Beton. A Kabiba, a Becca Lumba estate. And he say, who's a Papa Shi, Jessica, and the quest celebration of life. Papa Shi soon quite Jessica. After also say Kabiba, a Becca Lumba estate. Lumba acquire day. And Profu Omunia Lumba Japadi Omubeton. Omubeton. Lawyer Fati, the Gumbe woman. The Gumbe woman. Lawyer Fati, I'm sorry for you. We are the Pabonini. Uni abataye. When they say acquire, why in the Nimsa school fees in minimity? Ah.
There was said, yes, Sir Portolo. Emma Portolo. Ekama Papa Shilling pound for a jai Sikajiti, our Mojino Lumba 18. We any come one yet a court. Now, yet the injunction no application at 2 courts.
Already a quarry power before me boo. But them the acham. More gin into the acham. Me who said, now some way criminals. Now, me share them to you, Musim, but I don't believe whom to. My friend said, Dominic, come. Me trust him so because sabi ye mu bi anko law school do but I swear to God say we me ni gina court wa me ye ne setusa me ye ne wo mu sua de mo say Ghana and obi be kan ye no Ghana ye o man a say asi lawyers kura do so sin engineers lawyers do so sin akuafo lawyers do so sin bibi enti won Ghana enye ye piem. Or maybe a lawyers does so sing Timamufuano, a chrono mine. Arrest my case. I repeat myself. Or maybe a lawyers does see a Piafo, a does see engineers, a does sing the Akikakibian, a chrono. What would you bring upon me? The way Momu Yanina say, when we are criminals, one person we are lumba. Woman, you are penny to know. Echo nice, woman, Seniama, Ombe Viadie, now Sima walking, a Falumba estate to obey. A farm bay, a bomb. Ya beer, me, a well, gonna be a Munga be a fatty, and it's aqua wait here. Munchaki Lumba properties in my eye. Nasamun said the public Kohua, ya panary, when we are in baby or Mutitia dada, a Trabina Swama Quatina Flobima, Mummy and Chucky Womu, Yan Yomu. Celebration of life, Ebasu life. Memendane Kosiada, Bibianwa assassin, Ebasu life. No clear woman make a children, Ebasu life and color. Hey, wow, Bamno, Mepa and fa, Sapphire emoji Biamusia. Fire imagine in fancy of you, Miss Row. I'm sorry about a correction, cry one to be. No about a year, but fire emoji, I'm your vegetarian and every and some. Yes, our house. Yes, our house. I was here for Sankro 4 way, swam na, Miss Mimuna. The Biame expose you. I judge for me across for me expose you, or Mamma Pen for me across for I will expose them. I inform you, I will expose them. Or be Pia. Ya was sin no kura bia me expose wo mu na na mafutu amedima na majama so abekasa bi ni se duru ba bi na otamfo kasa ti asema wo ka no sometimes baby a wokɔ kura wokɔ na nyame yu so tam na ka cho se baby a wokɔ no wo ya dru wu ano wo so wo ka se me found be me nka nkyere no so okodru onu mu kuna na enka mani gye abaje me nka mo de mu nya ama ne nkɔ wo ka kyerɛ se wani mu wo wu ho nti wo nam a ya page wani ne de waso ne tie de otamfo ka na wutie a ebetuma boa okwan so ahaya NDK studios me ma cho me ka sam mpe ayi bi mame ena me kondo se me bon ana obi asani mi bi ana sa o mu live band mi pe bi abo obi ansani mi bi live band oh abusuafo mu nsani bi na me mfa ntwa me na ase kakra ma ho na enya bi ane na me jaigum ama abusuafo mu so mabaso makasa dom hwere baako at least nya sani baako futi oba na wasembusa bi abusa meyiwa ho na me beton fa atene mo ma so mu ya kronfo muntie wo mu na mo betie wo mu kura mo ntem aso na asem no ye wo mu a ye bedi won komo e beboae no ni aba bedi won komo ba wo mu ni pa bia wo mu ye criminal lawyers wo mu ni pa bia wo mu de mai ahaya NDK studios and a celebration of life no and society e baso meslo me fa baso a no wa mutu ho wai wadaroma oboni ani di mutu ho ma me wai na afa ye matuchi ko e baso life eno ho adawura na mebo bibia society ena me aka kira mo se me ba cho mutu ho wai me sa ne mo bedi nkomo be ka kira mo se abusua panyin na waba case bia o court be yi wono ena be ba beti na wa be chelu be japade e di ama ne yire ne mani abusua ai ye ni obi ani court case ena lawyer fatin be asake lawyer fatin se ono si on to me zabusu panyin a wa be yi adu lawyer fatin wodi ko me kura ti se ko mi nkwai woni madwuma baako na wo lawyer fatin kura se woni asem ni bi muta woni asem ani bi muta wonsema be kai nyina ye tontua ne bola so nse is thinking about wonsema be kai ne ebon woni right woni any right entini yeso lawyers na twira mo no mo telephone number kura nya adwuma enka me frɛ mo na ma challenge mo na enka ma ka twira mo sɛ mo ni right lawyer Fatima number ya +18152100943 frɛ me na me challenge so wo ye lawyer banza woni madwuma do ba tena wa ba kan social media ni na e mfuturo na mbetugu ni pani wo mo magimi e na betie wo te sɛ wo lawyer Fatima hey mun kasa duniya ewu yanko mun kasa ewu me ba cho mo pesa mo frɛ no mo frɛ me why Esther odofo pa kasa yo me yire Esther kasa me yanko
yo wakasa na mi salo ya fati no enkese ke chi no aha ho be na ya abusuapani ni abusuapani wo hiawo asa dia wo chese wo ka wututuo se prempe lawyer fati otu amwo se amonchi adan sister adan uni wu anu akoye sa wai wo papa wu a wo papa japade wo papa city wo akoye sa edi anko a ha why you compose case adan lawyer fati ugu yi for pepe for enu ase what pepe ni be pa no so ye ayipo ba be disem fun awudie wo ye kromfo papa aha abusuafo no mu yiyan they don't need you as a lawyer is my fault adan lawyer jade wo ye akromfo asefo akwo ye sa audio yi enkasa asemo kanya lawyer e na be kan ana judge na be kan adan na mu tan ni pa sa adan wonim wo ne ho bi lawyer fati be chia hoka wati adan wo bokro no dia ma oprega akromfo munya dia moye no na Ghana enye wo ni mu antimu atete ontuma lawyer fati aha wo kunu abesuma oprega obati so oprega ma na ba wo kunu ho so wo ni kunu so dia obema bi ene ho a wa ba ho because wo ye awi papa ushapani onya wo tom apako sofo ekwana fo ye nya sa edin bidi sa lawyer party ni papa jama enkrofo ye nya mo na muhusu nya We are there celebrating a basso. A day. Why when you were butchers a Kweku? Cromfo on Sasa Cheso. On then to send your book to free kick. Hey, lawyer fasting Jadia Wayan. Jai. Audio no, when you were grass, what go when massy. Odo patch up my way no. Yeah, now I check it.
And I'm check it. Medasi. Millicent, I do say, where does this man get his insult from? Hey, we are who Jerusalem now. Millicent, we are now Kaya Hua. Frimuko. Oche, now Kaya Hua. Millicent, Frimuko. I was your what platform is to be here. Where does this man get his insult from? Why we are the Amdiba Twasono? About you are who mean Penquas and Trayawa. So to the Americano, mean Penquas and Trayawa. So baby near a question for mana. Lawyer Fatien and Numsa Mutu chance in what Jimmy Wayasa and Kabakasai and Kabakasai. Millicent, be careful. Get that from here. Now, while you're part of Asia, I don't know about you, sir. Where does this man get his insult from? This man or can cry insult to me.
Oh.
Who address me as this man? Insult. Get out of here. Okay, I'm crying. Get out of here.
Hey, Papa, woman.
Who address me as this man? How do you find this man? What is the significance of this man? I am official to one year, my intimate. No, what be yes, I deny it provokes me. Okay, yet you have the war, yes, you have been in a key and one. Oh, my trouble said, where this man gets insult from? This man. Kasa. Me sense funu no kula o mejosuo. O kan no
ni musa abian. You fighting now front say igbo front ato nsuo. Me ni ade a omo pe efida de lumba. Ane na ebusuafo ho.
Munim ya ni bra bre kura ni je ntrete ya ba so ni ya ni bra bre na e be kasa. Ya na mu bi ni ya sa na ma no. And you know why it provokes me a lot.
No kure. Yati sansam yati nsam da na yakuma na yeyem hyehi yen na yehu de yenye ho tawo ho
me ketemani 1 hour cost more than 100 ne ba me so
sir
who address me this man
omuade oni peni woni fie na eno anu no a no monsio mame no monsio
kwen kasa mi enko
ni muade a omu pe efi lumba busuafo ho sir Lawyer Fatini Baba Jamano, a dear interest, and no more was asking where. Because me dream one in Tiasia. Hey, now obi to me time will be a busiasa. And a lawyer Fati will near Busiafana. Lawyer Fati, who Kuno, and our ma. Hey, what do when you see Luma Busia? Only Baba Jama. Would you when you see Luma Busia for one son? I didn't know what I am. Mammy, oh, your banny be oh. Oh, your banny be mammy. Shani, what's the old chat is that you go to Funo? What's a chat? What's a go to Funo? You was your Funo. Are they? I didn't know we see that the Luma Busia for her. Nankamu auza for the Ankamun Tisapra. Would you know Kurapan and Kamudina? Now, would you? Indeed, this way I was in it. I have had indeed did that. So we are was in the idea of more pay free. Emusha for no idea. A dear interest, Namo. Mammy, shall be you. You see, in Penteforces, a real full son was your son. Mammy, shall be ye. Shall be ye, mammy. Mammy, my friend, how many times? Shall be ye. Now your bar. Oh, your bar. Oh, your bar. And now only Yamin Yeduma. Manuesi.
Yaminka, who queen Yadasi. God bless you. Next person on Kasamianko. Next person, one family and corruption for. About your beer and should be an HSM or semi similar now. Or semi see be a free so. More. Next person, family and co. Yamaya Casamianco.
Nada. That's to say.
Yamidi Ache.
I didn't yamiase. Nana Mesuka Cram, can say. One will say. Kofi Suka say walk or Bobo Siano de what on Lumber Japadia, no moody a chiacan for a year. No. So Obakaya. Woman and she share who, Nasa Oma Ton Charles, a Japa, Daddy Lumber Japadia, no moody a church, I can't pussy and Uncle Fuse walk or bono. Now Uncle Bobo Siano baby, a ye a cono. Who can say ye a cono money 2 billion be our jayano? Nay, a part of woman plan a woman she. Ya woman de beton Lumber Japatia, a Japadia, or movie on Bacasso, Yakoko ball. Ye ya boka enti sika se na mekwaje ye me Jeffrey we ho na nkoma tonton lumba ejapade se fati lawyer fati nso no wo madwuma onya lawyer kra me friend lawyer wo madwuma atonsuom Ghana ena efo ya emra bia ni ho na nka first of all kra mu ye lumba lawyer ede na mu ba be ye lumba abusua panyini abusua panyini lawyer esa ye lumba mpran lawyer e conflict of interest ya nka wo mu no kra no ye ji wo mu lances free wo mu sem na ye Ghana ho na emra bia ni ho se wo mu plans nyina atonsuom wo mu plans nyina atonsuom so mu ye wo mu hwie enyeye wo mu ni Kofi Usu ene lumba mprano wo mu ena akoludu together se eniem wo mu niem mo ka so be nyina no se atonsuom enti the best way abusuafo na ye ne se wo mu tu abusua no wo mu tu abusua panyine no that's the best thing se wo mu nyuma nyina ayede a ende enti me so kakra me wa meka no
Yabaya Yadasi. Next person.
Hello.
Next person.
No, good evening. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good evening. Good day, Kabia. Just as
I Misha near Juma Power, what would you my idea? Say, Yamidin Kunimdi, Eba Yafa. Now, Fati, what phone send your friend saying? What way, when him said, Bolaka? I don't know, Andrew said, Mitia, the way power me on no. Men to many do cry, she who say, as I know, or mobile baby, I bet one of I been any, but I don't know where, sir. Order Brony. Insist out that would die. Then I would order bonsam, no doubt would die. Then I would, where be for and I said, shall get one my back on your drill and some back on more. Send them a 3 way back here with you. One my back on your drill and some back on some. Hey, Mako say, why they Nisha would never show on son answer saying. I crack it to what presa what damn what is any age my age I brought you before somebody messing by $10,000 $10,000. No, I asked some get to her. I would think on Yanka who be probably Japadie. Now when you was see a follow your Baba man is sell pro the take with your only Jimmy. I crawl for lawyers. Mumbra. I crawl for many men was out lawyer back when I read boy. We should have also be a target to achieve we are about 20 years. What's your man? I don't know where, sir. Lawyer fight why when him say a friend saying, where you are there in the ball lagoon. Why wa po? Send ya a friend saying, where you internal breeding. I don't know what the same sano. Munja Jimmy and what's it? Papa said, you're better Makuma, Papa she, or better Makamutu Yana she, where you to dimu. Papa see, or the more moment did you by DDL Jiska. I'll pour by a minja, I went to me what's it. Let me dance it.
No. That's the next person, Yanko. Next person. Next person.
Hi, Uncle NDK. The patcher to say.
Nyanko po adome ho ye pa na so ho te say.
Nyame adom me so be ho ye pa. Me pacho me kasa free Canada. Your friend Nana. Enra and some na course no. And some na course no. Makuma ya me ya from Enra till now. And to me kasa me tia sembia edama makuma atomeyem. Because I'm still hurting. Like I said no, and some na lawyer Fatima and Dominic Nedeba out no. In fact, I have me pa and I'm call court no so you could see no I have me. To me percent me TB bia ebama makuma atomeyem kakra.
Nana, the Abamu Akuma told your man say, "Won't some more the buy any who rather same any
Okay.
Lawyer and team fine injunction and to be so just a court.
Yeah.
Lawyer, letterhead, ever tab on so no seer and yajuma or bois when him near walker. And tia some papa woman say, and so lawyers natural woman. I can't tell woman. So
very good.
Here to be a celebration of life, no. A basso.
Oh,
I'm
glad.
And maybe beer and shell so. Now said you papa will be as in the sign and the papa phone so it will be as.
I am no crapper. Young comedy, Yami Jow. Why, Medase?
Miss Medase, Yami. God bless you. Bye bye. Next person. Next person. Yanko. Ehu.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, Minnesota from whom to say.
Yamina Dumpachon say.
Yamidia Che, maybe I shall open so didn't come over program this one. And yeah, no man, so kakrama na a domutio.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Pacho to look at
Aye, media meeting and come out so crack and one cababo.
Oh, Maria, Mama, into us.
Mamba, can you do? Or a day, you know.
Oh, my infant, into us. Why? And so, Marie. Now, make a main cutting in Comra. Okay, Mama, main cutting on that main sign, Brazil, here. Why? Make cutting a mess, I have as a seer, and you say, by your tinting. Why?